Good evening. It's 12:30 a.m. Happy Sunday.
Just
Ready,
passed it.
ready. Yeah, yeah. Well, may the fourth be with you. Is it the fourth? Yes.
I was,
It's
yep.
typically, yeah. May the fourth be with you.
hmm
It's May 5th, May 4th. May the fourth be with you. That's the old Star Wars reference. Um, Monday is Cinco de Mayo. That's where everybody takes uh shots of
Mm.
tequila. What a way to start the week, huh?
Oh yeah.
So
Mm.
when we get back, we'll do what we always do.
Yep. It's
So,
gonna be a weekend of sports.
oh yeah, a lot of sports are coming to an end.
Yeah.
So we'll be
A
right
lot of
back. What
lot
happened?
of sports going on. A lot of sports
Yeah,
going on.
and then baseball is ramping up too. You know, baseball is
hmm
still getting started. That's the thing about October. Baseball is coming to an end, but one thing about October is the only time of year where all baseball, hockey, basketball, football, and baseball, all five major sports are going on at the same time.
Four or five.
Five, all five. Yeah, baseball. You got baseball, you got
No,
football in October,
basketball and hockey.
basketball, hockey, yeah, all in October.
That's, yeah, that's just four, but you got another one.
Baseball, hockey, right? Baseball,
Yeah.
basketball, hockey, right? Football. Yeah, that's what I said. Four. Yeah,
Yeah.
so all four major sports.
Yep.
I don't think soccer's on, right?
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but all four.
Soccer's on. Yeah.
Yeah, all four major sports. Yeah, four major sports. Yeah. So, all right, we'll come back.
Yep.
We'll get to it.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
What's good, everybody? What's up,
Yep.
Tom? How you doing?
What's up?
What's happening? What's happening, man?
So,
Friday. It's on the docket. I got a rocket in my pocket. Just keep it cool, boy. Real cool.
I'm just catching up on some Alex Jones.
yeah,
No, I stay far away from him.
Dude, so much stuff that I've like paid attention to over the years, like they've connected so many dots, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. So much
Yeah.
stuff I've been paying attention to, they talk about often, and I'm like, holy fucking shit.
100% credibility. That guy. I'll never, ever give him credit for anything.
Why?
Because he took
Every-
those kids in Sandy Hook's lives for granted.
Oh, because he sued.
Spreading
Didn't he try to
lies.
sue? Yeah, but didn't he try to sue them?
No, he was the one that got sued and had to pay out for spreading lies and falsehoods about what happened.
yeah. Alex
He
Jones.
was the one that was sued.
Yeah, but the stuff he shows, it's like news articles that he shows on TV here.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything I've seen him talk about, he like shows a news article about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he personally went out and sabotaged the whole event that happened in Sandy Hook.
Yeah, but well, at the same time, how many people are trying to stop school shootings?
It don't matter. It's your job as a so-called journalist or information relayer not to be spreading conspiracy theories
All right,
about an actual event that happened.
All right, sorry, I won't mention him anymore.
Yes, let's
No,
not talk
I
about
just
that.
said he just doesn't get credibility for anything he do. He's forever lifetime tainted for me.
Okay.
25 people, 26 people died. Innocent lives were aborted. You see the language I'm using? Because those were kids. Those lives were aborted. So,
dude, I am probably the most outspoken person on this network about school shootings. So
that's fine.
You
I'm
don't need
holding
to
him
take
to a
anything out
higher
on me
standard.
over Alex Jones.
All right. Anyway, let's. Anyhow.
I'm just saying I hold guys like that that's in media to a higher standard, especially when you got millions of followers.
Especially when our government doesn't do shit about school shootings.
Yeah.
That's right. It don't help when you got the media becoming a freaking
it's definitely
enforcement
all his
of
fault.
propaganda.
It's definitely all his
Okay.
fault.
Let's change the subject now. Thank you.
No,
Right.
it doesn't have to be his fault.
I know.
He's just going to be held accountable.
Can we please change the subject? Thank you. We'll talk. We could talk about this backstage. It's something that it is what it is. Please. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just a sore subject to me. I
Understand.
can't get with a person like that ever. He's done for me forever.
What's up, BM? How you doing? By the way, Michael K. What do you follow a winning team? What winning team do you follow? Yes, your team has a winning record, but we have the same amount of. Remember, the Dolphins and Buffalo Bills in the 2000s have the same amount of Super Bowl appearances. 0.
Oh, I was gonna say, definitely wasn't
Maybe,
4.
maybe he follows the Avalanchers. I think they're. Would you consider the Avalanchers a winning team?
Hold on.
I don't know. The Buffalo Sabres ain't a winning team.
Oh, who's the Avalanchers?
I don't know.
Because Colorado has the Avalanche team.
Yeah. I think he follows them.
Oh, okay. The Avalanchers. Is that like someone who died in an avalanche?
What's up, Daniel Taylor? So you see the basketball, Colorado. Yeah, oh and shit, Colorado lost. Never mind. They just been eliminated today.
Oh yeah, the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4-2. They just lost today to Dallas.
I'm going to a WNBA game tomorrow.
Oh, the NBA? Hell yeah.
Yeah. No, the WNBA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What team was that?
It's the so the Seattle Storm here in Seattle, the Connecticut Sun will be here. It's actually a preseason game.
Mm. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it'll be my second WNBA game.
Okay, did you lose a bet or something, Tonk?
Why? What do you mean?
I don't
Oh,
know.
because I'm going to a WNBA game?
Yeah.
Who said that? Joe.
Go Rich.
Joe. Joe, you should fly to Seattle. We could get floor seats for a WNBA game, dude, for good price. We'll fucking turn up on the floor. Preseason WNBA. Hey, I like basketball. I mean, I like basketball. There's no more college basketball right now. So there's really no other, and there's no men's team in Seattle yet.
By the way, Grand Theft Auto 6, they fucking moved that to May 26th, 2026. $5 Craig Sebring next year.
So it was supposed to come out in what, like November this year?
Yeah, but it's coming in May now. It was fine by me now.
It's not that big. I mean, dude, that fucking game is gonna be crazy, man. That game is gonna have its own economy. It already kind of does.
But so hold on, next year will be an exciting year for sports because besides the big four sports, we also have the Winter Olympics. You watch any Winter Olympics?
Where are they? Is that in Chicago?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
Where's the Winter Olympics going to be?
Well, I know me.
And we have FIFA.
But I haven't watched any of it.
Don't we have like FIFA
Actually,
or the
it won't
World
be
Cup?
this year. It's an even year. It's in 2026.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's what you said next year.
Yeah, but don't we have the World Cup too?
Isn't that when I think
It's
World
also
Cup
an even year too. It's normally doing though.
Yeah, but
Every
we're
4
gonna
years.
actually have the United States to where they're gonna have qualifying games all over the country.
I don't know. I watch soccer.
Yeah, I want to go to one of those qualifying games here.
But yeah, the 26th.
Soccer in person, yeah, but soccer in
Olympics.
person is dope. Soccer
And
in
then
person is a lot of fun.
Followed by the 28th Olympics.
Oh, so is baseball.
No, baseball is not
you
that
have to
much
go
fun
to
in
the
person, dude.
To me, it is.
Well, actually,
I mean,
it's
it's definitely
Don't
better
watch
than
on TV.
Yeah, it's way better than on TV, but soccer is, dude, you just
I
don't
can't
realize.
stand I watch soccer I watch soccer in person too. It's still boring to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of
Now, women's soccer is a lot better
Well,
than
it's
me.
because what's nice about in person is because the field is so large to try, like they run across it the whole time. So, like in person, it's like it's like a better view than watching it on a TV. I don't know.
Listen, women. When I used to work at Barry University, right?
Okay.
I used to go to all the free games because I was bored. I get to go because I worked. I get to go to all the events for free. So I would go to the women's. I went to the men's soccer. I went to the women's soccer, and I prefer a bunch of college girls running in little shorts, pushing each other.
You would like the lingerie league.
Yeah, I tell you what. the three sports that had the prettiest women were in this order: volleyball, soccer, and softball. Basketball, not so much.
Yeah. Volleyball,
volleyball, hell yeah.
volleyball, definitely. Tennis too.
Yeah, tennis too. Yeah.
Volleyball, tennis, surfing.
There was some pretty basketball girls though, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm.
But you gotta be careful because those girls will steal
What
your
about
chick.
roller derby?
Roller derby. No, I don't think they had that in college.
That'll probably be an Olympic sport in 2028.
The roller derby.
Yes.
Yeah, man, why
These
not?
chicks are crazy, dude.
They freaking had breakdancing, which I think they're
No,
not
they
doing that
took it
next
out now.
year. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they put one in and take one out every Olympic now.
Yeah, but they
They'll
took
take
it out because of that chick, not because they just took it out.
Well, one of them's gonna be slated to leave anyways. They always rotate new sports in and out of it.
I mean, I thought breakdancing, that was the first time it was in the Olympics.
Yeah, it was. As I say,
Yeah.
like you said, they
Yeah,
rotate
it
them.
was, but they do rotate brand new ones. They experiment with new event each time.
Yeah.
That's like skateboarding and X Games was implemented 8 years ago. X Games were added to the Olympics, and the X Games was added to the Winter Olympics too. The snowboarding instead, which I thought they should have been had that in there a long time ago. They should have been had snowboarding and ice fighting. Add the ice biking with the mountain bikes with ice on it. Ice. The one event outside of the table events like pool, ping pong, and all that, and chess, they should add backgammon
Baggett.
for the game events. Yes,
Okay.
like they have chess and all of that for the game events, for the board games. They should add backgammon and Connect Four.
Hell yeah! I was just about to say that. Connect Four.
Yeah, that's a classic game. I want Connect Four to be added to the table games in the Olympics. God damn it! I need a shot.
I got a good one.
Connect Four.
I got a good one. After they play checkers, they play Connect Four right after.
Yeah. Hell, they can even throw a little Chinese checkers in there if they want. I don't care. They can do that in there. Or it's another famous board game from back in the day. It's called Operation. It's not a board game. It's an actual game. Operation. I'm really going back now. I'm really dating myself now.
Oh man.
That game's a pain in the ass.
They should have Operation as an Olympic sport. Goddammit.
Olympic Yahtzee.
They put me on the committee, boy. We'll have all kinds of crazy games in there. But the Yahtzee, yeah, that was cool. I can kind of get with a Yahtzee or any dice playing game or any game like that. Spades, solitaire.
They need to have spades.
Well, spades were talked about already to be added. They were talking about spades.
If spades becomes an Olympic sport, then I'm going to try to go.
Yeah, they talked about the Olympic Committee was talking about spades because that's a long tradition. That was a long tradition.
That's my favorite card game. I can play that. I can play that forever.
You can do it.
I like it because it's like one of the few games that you can play 2 players, 3 players, and 4 players.
Actually, another card game. Joris was right. Uno was one of my favorite growing up too. I liked it. Uno
is dope. Yeah, Uno is dope.
That would be very good to add to the card game.
But that's like good for like a lot of people though.
You know, You can go dominoes. You could go checker. You could really pull out the portfolio of all the board games and stuff, and you know, strip poker. I don't know. I don't know if strip poker would be added anytime soon, but
that's Michael K.
We got to make porn. We got to make porn legal again for that to happen. Porn is illegal.
What did it become illegal when Ron Jeremy joined?
Well, we can get strip poker in the committee, and maybe we can find a venue
because
for
Michael
it.
K will show up with like just a pair of boxers on.
Yeah, we
be
might
like,
have to ban it.
He's like, oops, I lost one round. Looks like I got to get naked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man! Yeah. Listen. I'd rather be talking about Alex Jones again before we talk about Michael K naked.
Michael K strip poker session.
I don't know.
No. Damn, Shake. You're putting me in the bind, Shake.
He's like, it's like that button where it shows the guy sweating, where it shows the two buttons, like talk about Alex Jones or strip poker naked with strip poker with Michael K. And the guy's like patting his head.
And I would go with Alex Jones at that point.
It's like I hate the bastard. I hate the bastard, but I can't do it.
Right, I can't deal with Michael K, so I have to turn on Alex Jones for a 5-hour session to avoid Michael K.
Damn.
Well, with Michael K, you'd have to close your eyes. With Alex Jones, you'd have to close your ears.
Yeah,
so you'll be like Helen Keller, basically.
Yeah. By the way, there's a reason why we call Pete the Alex Jones of the community.
Right. Damn.
Yeah, I feel bad. I hope I didn't. I was like, damn, I hope I didn't just kill the mood.
No.
Earlier.
You got it back.
You got it back.
No.
So
no,
let's see.
I could dream up all the Olympic scenarios. I'm big on the both Olympiads, winter and summer. I follow them a lot, but I'll be getting back into the swimming thing, championship, like seeing who qualifies or who's going to make the team. Maybe we'll do that one day. Olympic qualifier on Insomnia. Who qualified for the team? You know.
So I saw this list, the current quarterback tiers. I thought this was an interesting list.
Okay, hold on. I got it. Hold on. How do I make my screen wider? Oh, there we go. Current top quarterbacks. What? Hold on. Jalen Hurts. What? You get out of here with this list, dude. The fact that you have Dak Prescott ahead of Patrick Mahomes is that's like having fucking Tony Romo ahead of Tom Brady.
Yeah. So
he's got Patrick Mahomes second to freaking.
But hold on, look.
Prescott's like, what do you expect?
He's even got look, but he's got Dak Prescott underneath that in first and third.
That's how good Dak Prescott is. He's in both categories.
Yeah.
He's in different. It's like different weight divisions.
And then you got in the second one you got. Yeah, I can hear you. So you have Jared Goff, you have Jameis Winston, you have Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, and then Matthew Stafford. Underneath that, you have who the hell that is? Who's that? I don't know who that is. Oh, Jordan Love,
What is this?
Geno Smith, Dak
What is
Prescott.
this based on?
I don't know. C.J. Stroud, current
So
quarterback.
it should be there's two
Tua Tagovailoa.
there's two quarterbacks at the top right now. It's Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, he's got. I don't even see. What's crazy? I don't even see Josh Allen on this list.
Ooh. Send it to Michael K.
Right.
So he'll have nightmares.
Josh Allen's not even on the list at all.
No.
Damn. He's at the bottom tier. He's at the bottom tier.
Damn.
He's down there.
He's down there below Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
I guess they don't consider Buffalo a team. That's why he's not on the list.
Oh, that's it. That's right. You're right. That's the reason. That you got your finger on it, Jake. You put your finger on it.
Yeah.
They're not a team yet. Once they become an established franchise who has at least something in the trophy case, then quarterback will be listed. We'll find him somewhere on that sixth row. Somewhere in the sixth row. Maybe be the first quarterback listed on the sixth row. We'll give him the honor shake and put him number 1, row 6.
All right. So now let's stay on quarterbacks. So I was going to ask you what quarterback will make an impact this year, rookie quarterback, and I think one never knows. That's why we play the game, because But I think the obvious answer is going to be freaking Cam
Smith.
Cam Smith.
Ward.
No, Cam Ward. Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Cam, Shador, and Jackson Dart. If Jackson gets tired, he's behind. Jackson Dart is behind Russell. Russell might. He doesn't get injured as much. This is going to be hard for him. I say the surprise will be Shador because out of all those quarterbacks, he's going to end up being the one that gets the job.
Mm-hmm.
What week is Shador going to start?
I'm ready to say week 1, but I have to wait till I see some of the training camps yet. But I'll say at least by week 3. Because I don't know if Flacco lasts that long. He might. If they give him, if he's not there for mentorship, and it's truly an open competition, I think he wins the job.
Yeah.
Because Flacco he's not a bad sport. I at least give him that. He's not going to say I'm not going to teach the guy, show him the ropes. Like Aaron Rodgers, he'll teach the young. He didn't know, when he was in Baltimore. So I say he'll be a good sport this time around. To Shador.
It's my you talking about
Flacco. You hear me, Shay?
Yeah. Okay, you.
Okay.
Does
I think he's a good sport. I think Flacco's a good sport.
It'd be crazy, man, and I could see this happening because Tim Tebow, Ben Roethlisberger, is you have actually Ali doesn't have his own channel. Ali's still gonna be here, Michael K. That tells you right there what your comprehension level is. That he's just the college show he's going to be doing on his own, but he's still going to have he still does his shows here on TFTG.
Yeah, he'll like.
He's
still
from,
pop
listen,
in.
he's from Buffalo, so we gotta give him a curb because their comprehension is lesser than the other rest of the states. But
Yeah,
he's still gonna be on TFTG.
His comprehension is
His
somewhere a
school-
little bit above squirrel ice.
his school district is the reason Trump wants to get rid of the Department of Education.
That's true.
Yeah.
But at any rate, but here's the thing. All right, it happened with Tim Tebow. It happened with Ben Roethlisberger. This will be so Dolphins. Shedeur Sanders gets his first start against the Dolphins and gets his first win.
But that would be so Dolphin-like. The guy we crapped on the most gets his first victory career-wise against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That is so like the rightful order of the football universe. I like to say that a lot.
Yeah.
I think that is the rightful order of the football universe for Shedeur to get his first win against the Dolphins. that is it. You just nailed it, Shake.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tebow got it right.
Tebow.
Brock Purdy got his career launched against the Dolphins. A lot of quarterbacks launching their careers against the Dolphins. Didn't Sunshine win his first game against the Dolphins?
No, but Urban Meyer did.
What?
No, he was playing. That was 0-6. That was their first win that season.
Was it?
He was a rookie. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe even Sunshine got his first win against us.
Oh yeah. I guess so.
Yeah. Even Sunshine did because they was 0-6. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm trying to see if Justin Fields. No, we won that game against the Bears. I think they had already won 2 games, though.
Yeah.
It would have been That's crazy. Yeah, so that's gonna be crazy. Shedeur starts against who's Trainers?
Yeah, because I remember Jacksonville had a they were on a losing streak because they had I forgot 10, 16 game losing streak before they beat us.
Right before they beat us, yeah. Yeah,
they lost like their last 10. On a losing streak before.
Right, they
before
lost like 16. Because they was on a 10-game losing streak to end the season, I think. And then they went into that season, dropping the first one, and went to London, dropping the first 5 or 6, and then that's when they beat us, and then they turn around and beat Buffalo. They won back-to-back games against the Dolphins in Buffalo. Like, oh man, that was crazy. They beat Buffalo 9-6. I mean, it was an ugly game, but yeah, that was crazy. Urban Meyer got fired, I think, the next week or the week after the Buffalo game. When did he get fired?
Mm-hmm.
It was that season, but was it mid-season or?
I think it was.
Yeah, because who's that guy?
Beat us and they won 2 straight. They beat us and the Bills.
Yeah, and then I remember that game was in across the seas too. It was a morning game.
That was a London game, yeah. We was in London. But that's when we thought, because I think we were on a losing streak. Was that the season when we lost 7 straight and then won 7 straight? That was the same season, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So we thought that everybody was saying Brian Flores wasn't going to make it back. And then we won 7 straight, and everybody like, no, his job's safe. His job's safe. And everybody was surprised that Black Monday happened.
By the way, there's been a thing of a string of Mount Rushmores. Everybody does like Mount Rushmore. That's what's been going on. Mount Rushmore this, Mount Rushmore that. they did a Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks that never won a Super Bowl. And I'll tell you what, man, your boy made it. Look, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Jordan Love. Your boy made that list.
Yeah, maybe like
Super Bowls?
current
What do you mean?
quarterbacks that never
Yeah,
won.
current quarterbacks that of never winning a ring.
Oh,
That will never win a ring?
No, that never won a ring so far.
that never won so far.
Yeah,
Because remember one of them been to the Super Bowl already. So yeah. So that
actually
means,
only Joe Burrow out of those are the only one that been
the
to
only
a
one.
yeah,
Only
been to
one
a
just
Super
been right. And the other one was 13 seconds away, and then the other one's Jordan Love, who lost in the divisional. Yeah,
Bowl. What's up, G?
Jordan Love made the
Good
list.
morning.
Yeah. There we go.
Wow.
That's an image, Shake. I might buy that jersey.
I didn't see that list. That's why I didn't bring it up. But again, Lamar, Josh Allen, and Tua have the same amount of Super Bowl appearances.
What did Michael K say? He said, "Bring up the list of who didn't win a playoff game." I didn't read the rest of it.
Yeah,
is that what he said?
Yeah, list.
Oh, well, Josh Allen, he got carried.
Hey, congratulations! He beat Skylar Thompson.
He beat Skylar.
Yeah.
Yep, he beat Skylar, man. We got to give him a Mount Rushmore of all the quarterbacks that beat Skylar.
Yep.
Didn't Geno Smith beat Skylar Thompson last year?
And no, actually, Josh Allen has one Super Bowl, has one MVP, and Tua has 0. But they also have the same amount of Super Bowl MVPs. I could say that.
Exactly. They're tied. They're tied. I mean, you can't get no more equity than that. Tua and Josh Allen is tied with Super Bowl victory. That is the greatest equity in the NFL right there.
I'll bring up teams that never won an AFC championship in 25 years. Buffalo will be on that list.
Yep.
Oh, the entire
AFC
list. East is on that list.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you think. No, it's not. No, the Jets are not. The Jets were in the championship 8 years ago.
No, you said Super Bowl.
Oh, I thought you said championship.
I'm sorry. I don't know. What did you say, Shake? I thought you said Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's Super Bowl, then yeah, the entire division. But if it's championship, then the Jets and Bills will be there, I think.
Actually,
no, the Patriots will be there.
AFC championships, Marino has won one, and Josh Allen still hasn't won one. So
yeah, right.
His whole dynasty, they was there 6
But
times.
that was over 25 years ago.
Hell,
Right, because
Jim Kelly has
Patriots.
4. Jim Kelly has 4 AFC championships that he's won.
That he's won. Yeah, he's actually won the conference title.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT of AFC championships.
I want to see the list.
That's crazy to have that kind of record, though. That's crazy to have that record, though, to be the only quarterback in professional histories of sports. Well, actually, to lose 4 straight titles in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They are only team in professional sports history that had an honor of losing the championship 4 consecutive times.
Hey, man.
Yeah, but how many have even been
Not
there?
even the Yankees did that.
Hey, listen, teams in Guatemala think
Well,
they
the
won
Yankees
Super
have
Bowl.
been there. The Celtics been there 4 straight
I'm
times.
sure there's teams in
Hell,
Guatemala.
the Cavaliers been, wasn't it?
I'm sure there's people in Guatemala that think the Buffalo Bills won 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's true, Shay. We talked about the third world countries that get the losers' championship jerseys.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
So, yeah,
I thought it was like Sudan or
Where
yeah, any country. They just ship it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, any country. It could be third world country that they ship them out for donations just so they can have clothing. So they'll give them the losing batch of championship gear because they have to have it at the game already just in case he win. So they immediately ship them off overseas.
Oh,
That
man.
ship those jerseys off. Because I actually saw ours in our '84 jersey, Super Bowl champions. It made it back over here somehow. I actually saw it.
You know
They
what's
said
funny
Miami
is
Dolphins Super Bowl champions, 1984. I actually saw it. I was pissed off too. I'm like, God damn.
I'd have,
I was mad,
no,
but I saw it.
I want to hear something funny was they were saying remember the Miami Miracle when it happened like the last second the Patriots lost in the last second. So when the players got back to the room back to the locker room, they had all over the locker and everybody's locker AFC East champions. And they're like, they told the equipment, hey, listen, get rid of this shit before Bill Belichick gets here. Because they thought they won the
Oh,
AFC East.
they did.
They needed
Okay.
to win that game to win the AFC East, which they eventually did. 20 years in a row.
You talking about? Wait a minute. Are you talking about after the 2008 season? Wait a minute, what season was this?
This was the Miami Miracle. Remember the Miami Miracle?
Yeah.
So if the Patriots would have won, if the Miami Miracle didn't happen and the Patriots would have won, they would have won the AFC East that game. So everybody they had all the AFC East stuff, championship shirts.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
And
I
they
do
were like,
remember that.
and they're like, the players were like, "Hey man, get rid of this before Bill Belichick comes, because he's not in a good mood."
Yeah.
They had to take them all down real quickly before Belichick got back into the locker room.
Got to the locker room.
But
Yeah,
eventually they won it. So
yeah, they won it the next game, I think, right?
yeah.
When they the very next game.
And what's crazy is that miracle was for naught because I don't think we won a single game after that. What's up, Ali?
Not much, dude. How are you?
Yeah, we did. We were about to clinch. We needed one game to
Woke up from a
clinch.
nap?
We lost 5 straight. What's up, Ali?
Not much. I was actually looking to see if I had photos of kids wearing those Super Bowl Buffalo Bills shirts, and I did find a whole article stating that Buffalo Bills are the champions of Africa from 1990 to 93.
Damn.
It's in Africa. Yeah, that's what I said. They made it back over here from the Philippines. Our jersey in '84, Ali. They made it back to the U.S.
Yeah,
I saw it. I'm like, holy shit, damn, where did this come from? I was like, that was so painful to see that. Damn. And it not be, you know what I'm saying, a regular in the stores versus circling around the globe.
Because Marino can't be a bit of a dick. I would have sent that to his house.
Yeah, that would have been a nice prank to put on Marino's shake. You could prank him like that. Yeah, send it to his house. Send him a bunch of them. Or you could have sent it. Well, I wouldn't do a Shula like that. I couldn't do Shula that way. Because Shula's won a Super Bowl, so it don't matter.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
so
you can't
do it to him.
Yeah,
yeah, you can't do it to him. So yeah.
You can't.
What's up, Sharif?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up, Crypto Tonk in the building.
Yeah, Shula can't be pranked. That's just certain coaches.
Definitely not.
And no, actually, he can't unless the only time he got pranked was when Manny Fernandez put an alligator in his shower.
Shower? Wait, hold on. I missed this story. When did this happen?
You missed.
So this was like in the early 70s.
Yeah.
Manny Fernandez was a hunter, right? And he grabbed the baby alligator, tied his mouth, and then put it in Shula's shower. And then he said, next thing you know, Shula's running out in his towel. Who the fuck put an alligator in my damn shower? He blamed Larry Zonka for it, but it was actually Manny Fernandez who did it.
If anything, Larry Zonka will probably put a baby grizzly in there because he's from Alaska.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's like fucking Rob Gronkowski putting a fucking alligator in fucking Bill Belichick's shower or some shit.
So that's what I liked about Manny Fernandez. He's a hunter. That's why I always compare
Yeah.
him to Zach Seiler, because Zach Seiler is also a hunter too. He had I don't know if, at one point he had a hunting tour in Florida somewhere.
Which one is Craven? Which one would be Craven?
The hunter.
Yeah,
That's definitely Zach Seiler. I could see him as Craven the hunter.
you can see him as Craven. Okay.
We
Yeah.
need more hunting of pythons in the Everglades.
It's getting bad or something. What's going on with the pythons? The green
Oh,
ones
it's
or
been bad for a long time. Those
the green
and
boars?
freaking clownfish on the coral reefs.
You're right. Zonka is from Ohio, but he currently lives in Alaska.
Damn.
Yeah.
So,
That's got to be hard to live in Alaska. That's just got to be just.
no, but they say you get used to it, though. You get used to it. You adapt to it.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. He's currently living in Alaska.
I mean, I live in Seattle, but like I couldn't live in places that like get heavy snow and shit. It's too much. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
You got to worry about the daylight hours reversing in the
Because like
wintertime.
it's like I saw a chick. I know someone in Alaska, so I was on her Snapchat, and so I'd see the stuff that she'd be posting in like June, and I'm like, it's friggin' freezing cold. Like, it's still freezing cold out. Like, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's still cold here in Seattle in June, but it's I don't know. It's just not. It's just different.
Oh yeah.
But even like middle states of the country and stuff like North Dakota, South Dakota,
it's real cold too. Bitter
Yeah.
cold.
By the way,
Yeah.
shout out to Game Boy 305. He says Zach Wilson is also a hunter.
Yeah, the MILF hunter.
Well, there's another. So those things that I just mentioned now, you can hunt them all year round because they're invasive, and so are hogs. You can go hog hunting in Florida all year round because those are invasive species.
And also, where I live, they also put like bounties on coyotes.
Oh wow!
They pay. They put bounties on coyotes. Yeah.
Who? What do you mean? You mean
Bounties.
like for people like this that see them?
Yeah, they kill them and then they give them a reward.
Florida has bounties on certain exotic lizards and snakes.
Yeah, because people let them go. There's if you go to this one area in West
Are they
Palm Beach
overpopulated?
County, if you go look at this, there's this one spot in Palm Beach County you can go see these lizards. They're the Jesus fish, Jesus lizards, the ones that run on water and shit. That you can see them right there in West Palm Beach.
A shout out to Joe Riss. Yours is the deer hunter. Wilson is the MILF hunter, and 2 is the concussion hunter. Damn.
Man. No scoping.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how do you collect those trophies for?
How do you collect what trophies?
I don't know.
The concussion.
I don't know how you gonna lose the bet.
You ain't gonna lose no. I'm gonna St. Jude is gonna get $100 to their.
No, they're benching. No, they're gonna bench Tua because he's flopping out.
I have a question. By the way, good night, guys. Sorry about my internet.
That's all right.
How many of you guys? Good night, Ali. I didn't say good night before my internet. How many of you guys think that the secondary would be the problem? Me, I'm not gonna raise my hand, but how many of you guys will raise your hand and say the secondary will be the problem?
Of the team winning?
No, losing.
Okay, so contributing to us losing.
contributing like they'll be the weak link in the chain.
Well, I mean, we just got two players that are we got a cornerback, right? Didn't we? Or a safety?
You said
Didn't we get?
cornerback? No,
I thought we
I don't
got a
know if.
cornerback or a
I think
safety.
he's asking if he's going to be a difference maker. Is what he's asking.
I think we got Burn from Seattle, we got Ubifini from the Lions, and then we got that guy the Jets.
Right. So
Hmm.
we picked up players for that part of the defense. I
Look,
think it's going to improve. That's what I was talking about. The Dolphins should do.
look.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
The secondary, specifically
That's the
cornerback
weakest link.
room, the cornerback room definitely is a huge question mark. But I don't really think that the Dolphins are just going to let it go to the wayside.
But
I think they're going to attempt to address it, by bringing some older, aging free agent that they can get on the low, right? I think that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go get a Stephon Gilmore or even a James Bradbury and pay them next to nothing and say they address the room. Meanwhile, to be honest,
okay.
right now, it doesn't
they're gonna-
even make sense for the Dolphins to trade Jalen Ramsey. And I don't think Jalen Ramsey is one of those players that wouldn't play at full capacity just because he didn't like the situation. He's a competitor, so he's still going to play. I could see them maybe seeing how things go up until before week 8 and then trading Ramsey. And then you could say that the cornerback room's kind of gone, to the wayside. However,
That's another perspective. Okay.
However, I don't think it's going to. We've seen the defense take massive hits before, even on the defensive, for example, on a defensive line side, we've seen that happen, and we still stay competitive, right? I think having the strong front four that we do, both with Kenny G, Zach Seiler, you have Chubbs, you have Chop Robinson, and you have Jalen Phillips. Let's not forget about him, right? Along with Benito Jones. I think that the front four is strong enough to create havoc that we don't necessarily have to have an elite secondary. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that I don't think that's the case. Ultimately, what's going to be the Dolphins' falter and why we don't win has nothing to do with the defense. It's the inability to put points on the board that's really going to hurt us.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
it's going to be the QB room, not the cornerback
that's what I
room,
was.
right?
That's what I
Yes.
was saying. That's why I was talking about. Like, I think our over under is like 21.
Look, I'll give you guys an example, right?
Mhm.
The Buffalo Bills, not this past year, but the year prior, they had nobody in the secondary in their cornerback room. They had a undrafted free agent rookie that beat out their first round pick, right? And then the other side, that guy wasn't even their number one either. But because they had the defensive line, it made up for some of the errors that secondary made because they had that good, strong front defensive line. I think we're kind of following a similar mold where if you can make the front four better, create organic pressure and havoc and whatnot, I think it puts a lot more pressure on whoever the opposing QB is. And I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park when you pass against our secondary, regardless if Ramsey's there or not. So I think that's the plan, to be honest. But ultimately, you have to put points on the board to win games, so it still falls on the quarterback.
True that.
So while you said that just now, all I was thinking about was the organic pressure that we couldn't get. We were, I think, almost 28th or 29th in with rushing 4, getting to the QB. But when we blitz, we definitely either forced the air and throw or got to the quarterback. But the thing is, we don't want to have to do that. or Weaver doesn't want to have to do. So if we, like you said, we beefed up the front four, Siler, I think a guy like Zach Siler can pick and choose who's going to be his salt and pepper in Grant or Jordan Phillips. And then and if you think about it, you rank 10th in defense. And this is with the guys you had. And if you're getting better in the front four, and if you I'm assuming the linebacking core is gonna be a bump up a level as well. They're gonna be clean to get to the running backs and bring them to the ground. So if you're already ranked fourth with Fangio and you're ranked 10th with Weaver, and what Ali is saying is that we're gonna organically get there with four now.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
and by the way,
Yeah.
when you talked about Buffalo, I have a picture of Michael K's face whenever you talk about Buffalo.
Yeah, that's actually Michelle K. Let's get it right. It's Michelle K. That's
definitely Michael
he's
K
no
right
longer
there.
Michael. He's now Michelle K.
He's like, what are you talking about?
So I want to address Game Boy 305 right real quick. Go back to that comment.
Look,
from
what are you
Game
talking about? Bills had Hyde, Porter at safety, all pro to Davius White on as one of the corners.
Yes, yeah, but you guys were saying that you couldn't wait to get rid of Poyer or Tre'Davious White. I don't want to fucking hear that crap, right? So get the fuck out of here. So here is something I want to say real quick. Game Boy 305. Better O-line equals more points. Ask Denver. No, better O-line doesn't always equal more points. If you really go back and look at it and look at the rankings, the offensive line at Denver was average at best. Middle of the NFL, no top 10 elite offensive line.
I got a question.
You know what got them to the game, or at least to the dance? A better quarterback, hands down. That's what they got. They got a better quarterback that knew what to do with the ball, right? And executed better. The offensive line, yeah, they may have upgraded it a little, but it didn't finish in the top 5 or top 10. It was in the middle.
Yeah, they was in the middle.
I think Bo Nix.
At best.
I think Denver is going to go second in the division this season. I think Bo Nix is going to slay.
So that means Kansas City is going third because I'm picking the Chargers
no
to win
way,
that division.
dude. Chargers, I'm sorry, they're going third. You're crazy. No, Bo Nix is going to kill it, dude. But I got to feel he's like an 8th year senior now, so he's going to kill it, dude.
Look, Denver always had the wide receivers, right? They just needed a quarterback that could get them the ball, and that's what Bo Nix
I got a question
did.
though.
That's what
So
Bo Nix did.
So if correct me if I'm wrong. I thought the Dolphins signed a player for on the defense, cornerback or safety, in free agency, and I thought they drafted a player or two.
They picked up 2 free agent safeties, right? And then we drafted a corner and also drafted another safety.
Yeah, so you don't have confidence that you don't think that's good. Like Sharif, how do you say your name?
Sharif.
Yeah, sure.
Sharif.
Yeah, we got Burns from Seattle, older corner who played with the Hurricanes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him, but I really think he's just a camp body. I don't think he's going to make the 53.
He's on the bus.
Who's going to be the first player that's going to get caught with scandal?
I feel
hold on, everybody. We got to get this out there. What player is going to be the first one caught with scandal in the locker room because we lost 9 straight?
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean, Crypto? Like on our team?
Who's going to be the first one thrown under the bus based on a crazy losing streak? Who gets thrown under the bus first?
Well, Tua, because they're going to bench him.
Yeah, it would have to be Tua, bro.
So it'd be Tua. You think?
No, they're not benching Tua
If
first.
the team's failing like
no,
crazy,
I don't think. No, I think
they're not going to bench Tua.
I would say it's going to be a tandem. So. They're going to tag team it, bro. It's going to be Tua and Tyreek. Everyone's going to be begging for them to be out of town.
I think it would be Cam. I think they would put Cam Smith out there to lose the job, and it'll be like, you know what, you're a bust. You know, and I think it would motivate another corner like Ethan Bonner or a Storm Duck or a JV to step up.
But I
or,
like the Marshall kid too.
But neither one of them will be a sacrificial lamb, Sharif. Neither one of them. They can't throw either one of them under the bus for losing, though.
But I think Cam would. Okay, think of it this way: we're not even factoring in Cam Smith. Like if we knew he was learning like Patrick Paul and ready to start, right, ready to take over, we wouldn't have a worry about secondary. But because we've seen him as trash, we have a worry. So this is what Cam Smith
Well,
brings.
now Cam is going to have he's going to have an MVP season. He's going to be the MVP.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, I think they can throw him under the bus first. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're saying
No, but he's already.
Well,
but Sharif, though.
He's going to
Sharif,
call up
he's
Deion
under the
Sanders
bus.
and say,
Why I
"Give me
don't
some
think they
tips."
throw him under the bus.
He's going to get his tips from Deion Sanders, and that's how he's going to get his MVP this year.
Look,
so you're saying Sharif is going to beat out all the other quarterbacks in Cleveland?
Shador.
I'm sorry. Shador. I'm sorry. My bad. My
Damn,
bad.
Sharif, you play for Cleveland?
My bad.
Damn.
I think they got rid of Dorian Robinson, and I think it's Deshaun Watson there, right? And the other older guy.
Man, Deshaun Watson.
I actually think.
Isn't he? Yeah, but hold on. Hold on. Is he still in recovery and stuff? Did he have?
Rehabbing, yes.
Yeah.
He has to have another surgery, so he'll be out for the entire season.
Damn, that sucks. He has to have another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
So that's why Flacco is not there now for a holdover. But I think Flacco is just going to be there for the mentorship.
Personally, what I think is going to happen in Cleveland, Crypto, I think it's going to be Flacco, Gabriel, and Shador as their three quarterbacks. I think they hold all three, to be honest.
Yes, they do. Yeah, that I believe.
Kenny Pickett, they'll find a trade partner for, or they will drop him. Either or.
Or they put him. They probably put Kenny Pickett on the practice squad because I don't see him.
So, and you said Cam Smith for MVP, but you're saying that instead of Rookie of the Year?
No, Cam is in his third year.
Because he's going to get 15 interceptions. That's why.
I'm sorry. I was thinking Cam Ward. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in his third
Who
year.
does Cam Smith play for?
I'm gonna
Miami Dolphins.
I'm gonna go ahead and out on a limb and say that I think that the offensive rookie of the year for next year will not be a quarterback. It will be a running back.
The offensive rookie.
That's my hot take.
Oh,
the offensive rookie of the year.
The guy that the Raiders got. You talking about the Raiders guy, the guy in Oakland.
Yeah.
Genty? It could be, but I don't think it's going to be Genty. I think it may be. God, I'm going to go out of the limb and say it's either going to be. It's either going to be Omari and Hampton. That's my bet that I have going. It's either going to be Omari and Hampton, or it's going to be the running back that Cleveland took. Keyshawn Judkins. That's my hot take.
Those are two good backs. And look out for Skeeterbo as well.
But Omari Hampton, man, that guy is big though. But I think he's going to do wonders for the Chargers. And looking at who the quarterbacks are in Cleveland, I feel that they're going to run the ball a lot. That's why I'm giving it to Keyshawn Judkins. So either one. I'll take either or.
Anyone wondering why the hell we got Madison? Like, we got Oli Gordon waiting in the waiting.
Hey, Michael K, the only retraction going on is on your hairline.
Yeah. To be fair, though, I think we got Madison for the same reasons why we got Ollie Gordon. He's a different type of running back. And we have a lot of room since we only had 2 running backs on the roster, and he was super cheap. That's why. You never want to put all your eggs in one basket, Sharif.
Right. So because I'm saying to myself, like, Madison is gonna hold back Oli kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm saying in the background.
I honestly think they're gonna keep Madison, Ollie Gordon, and both Jalen Wright and Devon Achane. That's gonna be our running back room. I honestly think that's what's gonna happen.
I think Jalen Wright is going to look to take the starting job. Why am I thinking that? This guy's prepared to be the workhorse, not Achan. Jalen
Uh,
Wright is going
It's
to
not
get
What you
older
happening.
and
mean? All the
older.
No,
players are workhorse. What you
no,
mean?
Sharif, that's not happening. Not in
What
this
you
I'm
season.
mean?
really hoping that Jalen Wright does
Workhorse.
take what happened last season and uses that as motivation because to be fair,
Not
and
happening.
even Tony, even shout out to the Blitz pickup, went
Yeah.
back and watched tape because originally everybody was saying that he doesn't know how to hit holes. I just don't think they gave him that. And he actually went back and watched tape and said that no, that's not the case. He's just not getting a fair handshake based on what they were wanting to do. So I'm hoping that he
Right.
absorbs the playbook and actually proves to them that he deserves a fair handshake. You know what I'm saying?
And then a full handshake, Ali, meaning that Eichenberg is on the ground. And the defensive tackle is literally almost taking the handoff from Tua.
Maybe.
So I don't think they're going to be able to do that to
Eichenberg
Jonah.
he's a keystone, Sharif. Eichenberg is a keystone to this offense.
7-year plan.
Hey, just so you
Yes.
guys know, I'm not
7-year
as
plan for
confident
Eichenberg,
in
baby.
Jonah than some of you other 2-and-years, just so you know that.
Oh
And
man.
the reason for that is because watching him in tape and even what some of the scouts what they say about him, they say he's not as mobile than what you want, your guard or tackle to be. And he even talked about it in his interview, saying that but I can make up for it with some of my other moves and things that I do. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just not as confident yet. I'll say I have to see it in action to really know if I'm going to be all in with it.
If there's a guy you ask me to swap right now, I will swap the hell out of Tanner Connor for Kanye, for the undrafted Kanye. I watched some tape on him. This dude, smooth.
We're 2
Smooth.
weeks away from that
I don't even
draft.
know if
I mean,
Connors is
from
on
schedule,
the
he fell
roster
asleep.
anymore. I don't think he's even part of the team.
No. But
Kanye's?
We're
so
couple
check this
weeks
out.
away from the schedule.
So check this out. I saw this list too. Backup quarterbacks. This list.
Uh-huh.
All right, here we go. Top 10 backup.
Backups. You have Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, Joe Milton, Marcus Mariota, Tyson. I can't Braggett, whatever. Tyrod Taylor, Gardner
Baguette.
Minshew, Spencer Rattler, and Malik Willis in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor's backing up the Jets, huh? Tyson Baguette for the
If the
Bears.
Steelers don't sign Aaron
Yeah, what's
Rodgers, then I say that Will Howard ends up becoming the starter. I don't think they stick with Mason Rudolph very long.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about in Cleveland. Like Flacco is there for the money and growing the young guys. Like I'm gonna sit here, you need me for 2 or 3 games in a row, but after that, my arm is weak, and I can understand that. But to sign,
I don't want to say his arm was weak. You guys, let's not forget he was comeback player of the year based on what he did in Cleveland, and he played more than 2 or 3 games.
you don't think he's gonna have this meningitis? I'm 40 years old and my arm is weak at week 9.
Look. I don't know. I'm not saying that he's going to
have
come
you
out and
seen
burn
that?
it
You
up.
seen that?
I'm not.
You seen him like grimacing and stuff?
Now his arm gets weaker.
I guess I haven't seen enough games to where I've seen like him like having problems.
All I
It
know is
happens
every
to
time
Tua
I
right
see
now,
that he
who is 26. So imagine, a guy like Flacco who's 42.
look, I hear what you're saying, Sharif, but every time I doubt that man and I bet against him, he ends up proving me wrong. So I'm not betting against him anymore. I'm just like, okay, whatever he does, he does. So.
Hands it off in week 7 to Shador. That's a good thing that the Browns did, because you're not going to depend on. Now, let's say you even win 9.
Actually, he's
10
40
games.
years old. He's 40 years old. He just turned 40, so
He's entering the Brady era. Yeah. Shout out to Flax. Flack out here dusting up the dusting off the chair,
Telling
man.
you right now.
Damn, Aaron Rodgers is older than Flacco, but Flacco looks older in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron's got him. Flacco was what is he? 15 years
Because
now?
Aaron like drinks, you
Oh,
know,
16.
he's on a different diet.
Aaron's
How
on
many
the
years is
psychedelic.
Aaron?
He's on the ashwagandha, or I forgot
I think
what it's called.
I think that messed him up.
I think that's a supplement.
The
Mm.
I don't know
dungeon
if
of
that's a.
because he goes into the dungeon of darkness.
Yeah.
I think that's a supplement he takes. I don't know if that's a food.
I think it's well, it's like I think you can make it like a coffee.
They be
Yeah.
doing
Shout out to Michael
Yeah.
K's favorite Dolphin fan, Joe Rist in the building.
What's going on? Yeah, Mike Fan, I go.
Hey, what's up?
We're good friends.
Yeah. Jay.
just to make sure
Yeah, what's
everybody
going on?
knows. Just to make sure
Yeah.
everybody knows.
We basically grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn.
No,
I
I
can
definitely think personally Cap is. Because I mean he always has his picture. He always has his picture as his picture.
Right.
Yeah.
If you know what
No,
I'm
Cap is
saying.
probably his number one fantasy, but not his number one Dolphin fan.
Why? Because he likes
Like-
Joe Rist's picture?
Yeah, I think
No.
How far do we
Yeah.
want to go up defense though, as a ranked defense? If Storm
We want
Duck
to go high enough to where we can keep the team at 21 or less points.
Oh,
But Tua is still 115. His only win is against Dallas, and that's against a playoff team. And that's not Flores' record combined against good teams. That's recently.
Man, we gotta
Tua-
win 12. We gotta win 12 games this season. We gotta do it.
How much more higher does the defense have to be? I see why TD has these good arguments. It's like, what else?
Mhm.
Like, we're ranked 4th, and then we were ranked 10th.
Because then we get injured. Didn't we have injuries? Didn't we have players go out?
Oh, like, does the defense have to be ranked 1 to carry Tua?
No.
At some point,
Well,
Tua has
We
to
you
be
just
wanna
some
we
win.
wins
just
as well.
can't. We just can't.
Yeah,
we
Tua
just
has
have
to
to.
be
We
game
just have to try to keep them below 23.
I think Tua has to win some big games to change fans' minds.
But the problem with that, Tonk, is that keeping them below 23 is not because we did do that against the Texans. We kept them below 23, but we only scored 12
Right, it's all relative
on
to what your
offense.
offense is.
Right.
I feel you.
To the offense is
But I
good.
think, but I'm
The
saying,
defense
like,
did
I
hit that
think
magic
that's what
number to
gives
hold them below
Tua.
23.
I think that gives Tua the most chance to beat the other team is
To
try
win against a bad team. I just gave you an example of good teams that held them, that the defense did hold under 23.
I mean, hey, I'm just throwing strategy out there.
Yeah, it's relative to who the
I think
opponent
the
is.
stats are misleading, though. Like, you look at that, that wasn't a top 10 defense that we had at any point in the season, in my opinion. But because we
ran up on, did the team run it up on us, and then we were actually almost third or something like that. Someone ran it up on us.
I honestly think it was a result of our offense being so anemic. Our games were just not very high scoring. The other teams didn't really have to.
Yeah, we had some doozies thrown in there a couple of times. Well, we only scored 20 points. You know,
right? They're not going to be airing it out. You know, if they're already up by 15 at halftime.
I think we scored 30 points maybe once this year. How many times we scored 30 this year? Once, right?
Yeah.
This past year we didn't score 30 a lot.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I have breaking news. I just got sent in my DMs. A private investigator found an old photo of Michelle K.
I knew it was going to be it. I knew it was
from his younger years.
I knew it was.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Let's get that DM out there then.
Who did he get it from?
Just get that DM.
Graphic footage.
Who was it that sent it to you? Jared from Subway?
I'm just letting you know.
No, it
just
wasn't
letting you
Jared.
know. This is some graphic footage, so please do with you what you will with this.
Mama
Jesus.
Kelly.
That looked like
Sure.
Meatloaf.
See,
Michael
it's
K, you look like
it's
Meatloaf.
child porn, just like I said.
Hey, no, he looks like
was,
Meatloaf. He's trying to recruit a little kid.
That was Mouth.
He's trying
Right?
to make out with
He
a
said
little
he would.
kid, is what it looks
No, he
like.
said he
I
would do
haven't
anything
watched
for
movies in
love.
so many
That's
years,
what
bro. I don't
Meatloaf
know who
sings,
that was.
doesn't
I forget.
he? But he
Yeah.
won't do that.
Mm-hmm.
He would do anything for love. Jesus.
Wasn't she
God
in Throw
damn.
Mama from the Train too?
Corey Feldman.
I think it was the same.
Because that was Misery, that scene. But I thought she was in Don't Throw Mama from the Train.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like every movie, they're always trying to kill that lady.
Hey, who's here excited to
Mm.
see what the Dolphins do with Andrew Armstrong? I'm very excited
He
for
makes
that.
the team
Andrew.
I think he can make the team.
as what receiver
I
7,
like him.
and how many receivers do we keep this year?
But that's the thing. We don't have. We only have like. We have to remember 2 of the receivers that were on the roster last year left. They're gone now.
Yeah, but we got like, so assuming Washington's there, you're looking at who's 5? Eskridge.
Well, you got. Let's see. We have Tyreek. We have Waddle. We have Iniche, and then you have Washington. Right.
Yep.
That's 4.
Yep.
2 Washingtons actually.
Yeah,
Well-
but we don't know if the second one's going to make the roster yet, so we don't know that yet,
Mhm.
right?
We have talent. We have
Now you have an open, wide, competition technically with Washington, Andrew Armstrong, and Eskridge.
There's someone else too.
Who's the
Indonesia.
other person we're missing?
Indonesia, the other 6'2" wide receiver.
I already mentioned him.
There's someone else.
What about Westbrook? Did you mention Westbrook?
Westbrook Iniche is the same person.
No, I'm talking about
Eric
not even
Ezukama is still on the roster.
talking about the second wide receiver undrafted who
Theo
runs
Wees.
right.
You're talking about Theo
Right.
Wees or AJ Henning?
Right, Wees. Thank
Yeah.
you.
What about Ezukama is still on the roster technically, right?
Zukama is still on the roster. That's there. The Bose is gone.
And Tarek Black is on the roster too.
Tyreek Black is, but these are practice squad guys.
Yeah,
Like
those are
Tyreek-
easy. I don't even think he makes the 53 again, to be honest. I don't think he does.
So Tyreek Black, Schultz,
Yeah, that is
they're-
a stretch. I think he
Washington,
doesn't make
they're
it.
practice squad.
You're saying
So you
Tyreek
talk-
doesn't make the 53? You saying?
No,
he doesn't make
easy.
it. Tyreek is
I
going
don't
to be
think
cut
he's
on
easy.
day one, Jake. I say Tyreek's getting cut.
Well,
Hot
as
take.
you were saying, Oli, how many receivers you think we keep though? Because we're gonna have to go.
6.
Well, there's two
Well,
spots. to
Tyreek
fight
could be in
for.
the practice squad. Tyreek Hill can make the practice squad. You never know.
Let's see how many
That's
receivers
true,
we kept
Jake.
last
That is
year.
true.
Let me check that.
Because we keep Ingold, right? So that occupies a seat. We don't have. We need the depth on the line.
Ingold will occupy a tight end, just so you know that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
Right.
just as far as roster spots though on offense. Like I
Right.
think we stayed pretty slim on receiver because we had all these other players.
Yeah, so you have
Especially if
Waddle,
what's his name?
Westbrook.
Conyers makes it. He gets used as a fullback, a tight end, a wide out, a QB sometimes. They've thrown him in at quarterback.
Let's take a look how many receivers we kept. Last year we kept 4 receivers.
Right.
4.
Yeah, we did not.
I mean, that is a low amount. Jesus, in the passing. Well,
And
That's
then for
because-
tight ends, we kept 4 as well.
Mhm.
See, this year I
that's
don't
way
think
too
we're
many.
keeping
To me,
4
that's too
tight
many
ends.
tight ends.
I think
Yeah,
we
to me,
keep
that's
3
way too
tight
many.
ends. That opens up an additional receiver room.
John
That's what
Barrow
needs to-
Brown
yes.
and hopefully Conyers. I don't want to see Julian Hill anymore. He's a
That
penalty.
needs to happen.
I don't want to see Tanner Connor. I want to see.
No, I don't want to see
Conyers.
Tanner Connor, and I think Julian Hill's out as well.
Yeah, we also have Hayden Rucci.
Julian Hill is the best blocker, though.
And
Like-
I don't know
Hayden
who
Brucey
Barrow
is
Brown
the guy from Wisconsin that they like, but he could still end up being a practice squad guy. To be honest,
Who's Pharaoh Brown? That was a off-season move, right?
I
Blocker,
have no idea who that is.
where
He
you
was
can
with
use
Seattle.
your 2 tight ends, your 23 personnel. 22, sorry.
When did we add? He was like right after the season ended, I think, that we added him. Pharaoh.
Yes, Pharaoh Brown from
Mhm.
Seattle.
Yeah.
And we also added Artie Burns, cornerback from Seattle.
Who's excited we got a punter that can kick more than 30 yards a punt?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Pharaoh
I'm not
Brown's
excited.
30 years old.
Actually, you know what? I can get on board with that, Ali.
I'm
because
definitely on board.
I think our punter is going to be an MVP
he
conversation
cost
this year.
us games.
Yeah.
He cost us freaking games, bro. Like if he would just do his normal thing, we win a couple of more games.
You hear that,
They,
Shake?
Mm-hmm. MVP.
Yeah, he's going to be in MVP conversation.
but listen, I'm gonna predict this right now. It's between Storm Duck, Marshall, and JB from USC. I love that corner from the undrafted corner. One of those guys are gonna be starting, and I don't think Cater Cole is gonna be on the other side. I don't think Ramsey's gonna be here after June 1st, Ali. I think they're gonna
Yeah,
Storm
I'm
Duck.
surprised he ain't going now.
One
To be
thing I
honest.
know about Storm Duck, if he can turn his head around, he would have interceptions in his pocket. But
So,
he sticks
someone explain to me. Can someone
That's the
explain to
really
me?
biggest mistake Chris Greer
Oh,
made.
hold on, real
draft
quick.
weekend.
Hold on, real quick. Sharif or someone on this panel, please explain to me what the article was about, stating that if we traded Ramsey, that we're still, taking a $24 million cap hit. What is the point of trading him if you're going to take the cap hit still?
Well,
If
the thing
he's a
is,
player we really like,
if you cut it June 1st, then you can save 5.4. If you trade him, then you can negotiate with Ali. If I'm trading him to Ali, I can negotiate with Ali after June 1st how much Ali can take up in the rest of the payment because the Dolphins have already paid 4 million in roster bonus. So we'll ask Ali if you want to pay the other 15.9, or we'll split that down the middle, which will be 7.7 each, something like that. Or
See,
then
that's
that
not
would
what's
mean
being explained in this article, though. The article basically makes it out that we're stuck with 24 million no matter what.
that's because they're thinking before June 1st or during that draft. It didn't
Here,
happen. So yeah, it didn't happen. Boy, but
That's
if
true.
it did, it would have been a stupid move because that would have wiped out the money we needed to sign the rookies.
Yeah. I'm actually looking to see if I can figure out what the difference is. 1 second.
Yeah. So yeah, the trade partner would lower the pick, meaning give us a third round if we take on all of Ramsey's salary and trade him to the team after June. And a higher pick. But if we let them pay all or 90% or 75% of Ramsey's remaining year left, then we would probably get a fifth. And that's next year.
I'd rather keep him than get a fifth. I mean, a fifth round pick isn't even necessarily making the team.
But we'd have the cap.
I know.
We have that cap open right up for us.
Yeah.
We'd be paying. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Let's say we do keep him, right? What's to say that he's like? Remember last year before we gave him the extension? Oh, my ankle hurts. All of a sudden, we give him the extension. Oh, I'm feeling much better now. So what's to say he's him from saying, "Oh, you know what? My hamstring is kind of bothering me, so I'm gonna sit out."
I like to hope that he's enough of a consummate professional to where he wouldn't do something like that.
I think he did that, and then he got the extension. He was like, "I'm not feeling well for week 1," and then all of a sudden,
was that with you're saying with
Ramsey?
With,
yeah, he did that with us last year. Then that's when he got that restructure, and all of a sudden he's feeling. Oh man, I feel so much better now.
And this is the thing that I think Big O was real 100% right on. You trade X after 10 interceptions. You trade Ramsey, realizing that you didn't get the first seed in the NFL going into the playoffs. You trade Ramsey. You gotta do, and these are the things because Tyree didn't do all of those things yet, right?
But
Mhm.
this is why you don't keep these guys long enough.
Are you
This
saying we
long.
should have traded him last year?
I think you're supposed to trade Ramsey after when Tua had that 60, 72-point game. After that season, trade Ramsey. Because he was asking for the extension and he was already paid, and then going on a second year,
Yeah.
that means going into he
He
was
was at his
entering
peak. We could have got more for him.
guaranteed money.
Could have got a third round
Right.
for him.
So the same thing with X. 10 interceptions. You trade him then. And we're still paying X. I'm a New York Knicks fan. We just stopped paying Allen Houston in 2022. Now think about that.
If you make win now moves and you
a
don't
long
win now,
time.
you got to move on from them.
So,
You said
we're
Allen
still
Houston. Why would you be
we're
paying
still
Allen Houston 20 years later?
because we made a stupid contract with Allen Houston, and he only played 2 seasons.
When are you never when are you never here? You're always here with your dumb comments. So
Your
I don't know what you're talking
reputation
about.
precedes you.
Is Michelle going up again?
Yes. Listen, it makes sense now. Colorado Avalanche's lost, and that's why he's having a little hissy fit.
Oh,
Whenever his
Shake,
team
did you see
lose in the
that?
playoffs, whenever his
Yeah.
team lose in the
That's
playoffs,
true.
that's when he's the most.
They were up
starts to have a little
2-0 too, and then the Stars, Rantanen got.
They have a
3
tampon
goals.
shortage, Shake. The tampon
Yeah.
shortage.
That makes sense now. He's having a little hissy fit because his
You got
team
a hat
lost.
trick in one period.
Makes sense.
Hey, how
Damn.
about those guys, though? Listen, man.
What was I gonna say?
What you say,
It'll
Ali?
be very interesting what the Dolphins do, to be honest. To be fair.
I love the cornerback competition. I want to
do
see
too.
who's going to rise top.
I'm
I
actually
truly
loving the
believe.
wide receiver competition, to be honest. Because
Right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I need someone to step up, not named Waddle or Tyreek. I need someone to really step
Oh,
up this year.
it could be this new guy.
Yeah.
The we got to
Westbrook.
find an easier
You
way.
see,
to
see what I'm saying? Look, he's throwing. Look at this little hissy fit. You know, as much as hockey than you know as about football. I mean, dude, I don't watch hockey. I couldn't name a hockey player in a starting lineup.
If he's a Sabres fan, that's even worse.
Yeah,
So
We still have.
Michael King is
he's just listen. Listen. Have a Midol, and you'll be all right.
We got the Jolly Ranchers
Keep it
and the
off.
Avalanche.
Exactly.
We got the Jolly Ranchers and the
Keep
Avalanche.
it off, buddy.
Buffalo Sabres are one of the worst organizations in all of sports.
Yeah, it is.
Like
Was in
it's-
Buffalo. What do you expect?
You know, I think that's why he brought me up, Shake, because every time that you get lippy with him, he starts bringing me up like it's gonna save him from the heat that you bring him.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it's gonna be all right.
Getting lippy.
'Cause I remember him talking trash to Mike on the mic in the blender, saying that the Avalanche is gonna win 5 or whatever it was.
Dude, Michael K doesn't talk if it's not talking trash. Like,
I know.
if he's on here,
He did the Lakers
this
and
is probably
5.
his favorite alter ego is being on TFTG. It's his #1 alter ego.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's a hunter. He likes to hunt.
Oh boy!
That's the only
tell
time
you
I've
what.
seen him not talking trash is talking about hunting.
Yeah.
But me personally, guys, like how
5,
would
6,
go.
who gives a shit?
Yeah,
Either
like
way,
how
you
the
said
Pan-
Avalanches
for
were
the-
gonna win.
He said that.
But I think, like, for me, right, the Panthers are going for their second Stanley Cup. That takes just a little tiny bit off of the Dolphins' 26-year non-playoff win or something like that. But it's just a little bit. And I'm a proud Panthers fan. I know all of my Panthers. I know Pavel Bure. I know Oli Jokinen. I know Bobrovsky. Dude, if you Google Bobrovsky, like, you would see someone stopping steal. Like, that's how much the Google has, like, take this guy as a human goaltender and put him up as something that stops something. That's how much you know, he's become so good. He's become so good at what he does. But I'll tell you what, it still doesn't compare to me wanting a Dolphin win. No Florida Panthers, 3 straight. I don't care how much they win. I
Yeah,
want the Dolphins to win, bro.
I agree.
Yeah,
We're gonna win 12 games.
had to be.
Well, I think that 25, 26 years since our playoff win is the wrong stat to be focusing in on, because who cares about getting one playoff win and then getting your shit pushed in the next week, right? I think the
Yeah.
stat to look at is the last time that you've made the AFC Championship, which for us was 93 when we got knocked out by the Bills, which is an even bigger time gap. That's what, if we go out there and we win a playoff game this year and then we just get hosed by the Chiefs or something, I'm not going to be any happier.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares about playoff wins?
And the thing is, right? What if we got the 1 seed, right? What if we didn't lose 3 games in a row and nearly almost dropped out of the playoffs? Like, we still would have probably got hosed if, after winning your first home game and then play a higher elite team and get hosed. Like, so it would have been even a worse disappointment then.
Right.
Yeah, what a. Oh yeah.
And this is why you have to build the trenches, Chris Greer, because it's really not. I mean, we realize we have a quarterback that needs to stay upright. It's a 7-year plan. You see what the Eagles did to Kansas City. You saw what happened to Kansas City 2 years ago. You have to be heavy in the trenches on both sides.
Yep.
Kansas City had no shot because they had no offensive line and they could create no pressure. So
we're the team that playoff teams want to face if we make the playoffs.
Pretty much, yeah. That's.
Oh man, I'm looking at this.
The hope in the
Buffalo,
playoffs,
Buffalo Sabres never won a Stanley Cup. Damn, just like the football team.
Just like the football team. That's what
I'm saying. Sabres year in, year out are garbage.
Yep, never won.
And that's
Damn.
hockey country up there.
Are you saying they cursed?
Hockey has been garbage.
And
for a
by the way,
while,
New York,
man.
the state of New York has 5 Lombardi trophies. Spoiler alert: one of them is not. None of them are in Buffalo.
I know the Rangers held like 2 or 3
Yeah,
of
the
them.
Rangers had a go. Yeah.
Shake be looking up stats
Yeah, the
just so
Rangers
he
got
could
it.
crash on
Yeah,
Michael
man.
K.
Does Buffalo have
yeah,
a baseball
sure.
team? I don't think they do.
No, they have a. I believe they have a.
They
college
have a
team.
snowball baseball team.
I think they have a triple A team.
Yeah, the Bisons.
Look, I grew up in what I call the golden years of hockey. I'm sorry. This new hockey that you guys watch, it's
The
nowhere
Buffalo
as
Bisons.
exciting as it used to be. Go look at the old tape of the Red Wings versus the Colorado Avalanche during the
You
90s.
need to see.
That's when it was the best. When you had Stevie Yzerman, Brendan Shanahan, Sergei Fedorov going up against the Avalanche, and there was nothing but blood on the ice. That's when it was great hockey. And this crap that you guys watch now, it's not hockey anymore. They have done the same thing that they've done with hockey. It's pretty bad. I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah, but those guys. Remember now, NFL, like in terms of the 5 minute, the 3-minute penalties, and then the 5-minute penalties, like they're trying to clean it up. I even noticed that, it's not even drop your gloves anymore. The guy, they're stopping fights. Like you could pick your gloves, but I've never seen them tell the guys pick their gloves back up. Like they're trying to stop fights. Like it's getting cute, like the NBA is doing. I agree, Ali.
Listen, that's what I hate. People have to understand that certain sports, such as hockey, such as football, are violent sports. It's naturally violent. Why are you trying to take violence out of a sport that was meant to be violent? Doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't.
Right.
And this is why Florida Panthers could not win. I'm glad Ali said this because until I forgot. Oh man, I forgot the manager's name for the Florida Panthers. Yeah, but he played before. Great defender. Until he changed what the Florida Panthers did, and until we traded Huberdeau and we got Kachuk, we were never physical. And I'm seeing the change with Greer. It's like, okay, I got to do this again. What I did with Flores, I got to get physical and younger again on both sides. But what he doesn't, I mean, I guess he realizes that the fans see it too, and we realize that we're gonna have to go through this rebuild again or semi-rebuild. But I would rather it be this way, and then we can worry about the back end 2 drafts from now. I would draft another offensive line to get because Daniels won't be here a year or two from now, and I would draft another defensive lineman next year because the Eagles always do. Howie Roseman is the best GM because the Eagles do it every year. They just drafted the stud linebacker. He's gonna end up being a Hall of Famer, and I'm
No,
telling you, man.
but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If it's true that our secondary is gonna be lousy this year, right? Then ultimately, that's the room they're gonna address the most in the draft. And to me, because I know who's gonna be there, it's gonna be Caleb Downs, which is the nation's best safety. That's who you're gonna want to draft. So that to me should be Miami's number one pick next year. It's going to be a very physical safety or even corner. Those are the two positions I think that they go with next year, to be
Shout out
honest.
to my man Rafael Courtwright in the building. What's up, Rafa? Dímelo.
Yes, I agree with you 100%, bro. It's the pussification of sport, and I fucking hate it. I'm sorry. Bring the 80s and 70s defense back. I want to watch Bill Laimbeer punch somebody again, right? I want to see that again. I'm sorry.
Not gonna lie, it's very cheesy now in women's wrestling.
I blame the Ohio State's players personnel for being drafted.
I've seen the women's wrestling. Ali, the girl slapped the steel on the side of the fence, and the girl who's taking the slap, she literally like she was dying, and the fans, which was a full stadium by the way, all they can do is just watch and laugh I guess they're just there to have fun. But at this point, people are slapping other things other than your enemy in wrestling now. Like they're hitting fence instead of dude.
Well,
It's getting
it's fake, right? I mean, it's always been fake. You're saying they're getting worse at faking it?
yeah, dude. I literally saw her slap the fence, and the girl was like, "Ah!" So I was like, and she laughed afterward.
The most violence I watched today in sports was not including the Canelo fight, which was not a fight. I'm sorry, that was the worst fight I've ever saw. To be honest,
who won that fight?
Even Canelo was bitching about it. But the most violence I saw in sports in the U.S. today was the Florida Marlins game. I forget who it was, like the first baseman or somebody threw a pass to the shortstop and he got hit in the balls, bro, with the ball. That was the most violence I watched.
Whoa.
What happened today?
Canelo won the fight?
Yeah, Canelo won the fight. It was not really a fight at all. School, or however you say his last name, the guy from Cuba, he really danced around the entire game, didn't really try to engage Canelo at all. Even the ref at one point was saying, "Come on, guys, you got engage each other." And the whole time, Canelo slowly was trying to get him up on the ropes so he can start hitting him. And he had a bunch of body shots. It was ultimately, I'll say, it was one of the worst fights at all. No real physicality, to be honest.
The problem is paying out people before matches and then guaranteeing with ads, promotions.
No, but even Canelo wanted the fight, right? He wanted to get physical. The other guy just sat there and danced the whole time. It was like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah, I want to keep my face pretty, so let's get this over with. It was never like that when with Larry Holmes. It was never like that.
I don't know. Boxing to me has fallen off a cliff big time. It's dying. It's not the same anymore. It's not like when you saw Tyson ripping Evander Holyfield's ear off, right, with his mouth, and there was blood and everything. Those were fights, right? The Rumble in the Jungle with Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, that was a fucking fight. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. I want to see people beat the living shit out of each other again, right? Again, money and entertainment is taking physicality and violence out of a violent sport, right? That's another example. I'm sorry, I hate it.
Ali, to your point, the most violence we see in football now is a Tyreek Hill off season.
Yes.
Yeah.
With a plus model, eh?
shit.
What physical, eh? Oh man.
How did Ryan Garcia? He got knocked out. I don't know how that happened, dude. I really don't. Shit.
Damn.
I actually thought he'd get the win for some reason, and yeah, I was wrong on that. Hey, that fight prior to Canelo though, Baku and God, how do you say his name? The guy that's Armenian that trains here in Miami. Noel.
Noah Benagani.
No, I can't think of his last name, but I was calling Noel because that's his first name. That was a close fight, and for being a guy that only had
First
3 weeks
Noel?
to train, he only had 3 weeks to train against Baku. I honestly thought he actually did pretty well. And I kind of think it was a lot closer. They gave it to Baku, but I kind of felt it should have kind of went the other way, to be honest. Because Noel, though he didn't win the fight, he landed even almost double the amount of punches and everything. So I just personally think they gave it to Baku because it was too close. Go ahead, Sharif.
Ali,
Go ahead.
you see the guy who's in the UFC, right? This little short, like Russian or Ukrainian guy. Like he slides on his knee, and he comes to you sliding on his knee, like that's his way or that's his move. Have you ever seen this cat? He does this uppercut move where he comes sliding on his knees to you. Like, bro, I don't know when we are coming to, though. We're not even fighting anymore, dude. This dude is sliding on his knees to you.
Raphael, the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight was not even a real fight, bro. That was WWE entertainment. Jake Paul, even during the fight, you can read his lips saying, "Take it easy, Mike. Take it easy." Because there's
What's good, Armando?
I was rooting.
How you doing, Armando Swim?
I was rooting for that fight, but there was one point where you could tell that Mike literally, you could see him go to swing, but he held his punch. Like he literally pulled his punch back, and I was like, if Mike would have kept going, he would have clocked Jake Paul.
Here's the thing. There's two things I know for sure. And I don't know. I have to find out. I have to find where I read it, but I read somewhere that there was so many strict rules put into this fight that it was never going to be a fight no matter what.
Oh,
right?
I didn't know anything like that.
Like they didn't allow Mike Tyson to do his famous uppercuts, right?
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. I was like, yo, Mike Tyson is not fighting like Mike Tyson. Like if this was, dude, if he was allowed to go in there and do whatever he wanted, he would have fucked Jake Paul up, dude.
Yes, and if you saw Mike Tyson training, that's how you knew he was gonna fuck Jake Paul up, right? I'm sorry, Mike Tyson can really fuck people up still. I don't care what people tell me. That was not a fight. That was just a show, and for people to spend money on. That's the only thing it was for. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, I was rooting for that show. I was hoping to see something good.
The more
I remember us calling it live here on TFTG. Remember?
I don't know. I was watching it. I don't know if I was. I don't know if I was.
Not the final. It was bad.
Yeah. We were calling it live on TFTG, and the funny part is one. I remember Miss Fins was on here, Color was on here, Crypto was on here, and the thing about it was everybody was giving details on the fight because everybody's stream was freezing. So
yeah.
It was so horrible. I remember I was there, bro. I was there. I had to keep refreshing to finally get in the stream.
Mine didn't actually lag that bad, though.
Fight.
Yeah, the Mike Tyson fight. Because so many people around the world wanted to watch the fight, thinking they were getting a real fight.
That was also the first Netflix fight, right? Like they had.
That it was live.
It was the first. Well, yes, the boxing match. They've done other live events like that, but that fight. I mean, that event was
of that
just
magnitude.
Right.
Any fight like that that's been hyped up for months and months, I've always found that it's like massively disappointing compared to what you thought you were going to get, like regardless of the fighters.
We used to get that in UFC.
Yeah.
I remember like in
McGregor.
like between like 2005, 2006, 7, 8.
It was
There would be like a huge fight coming up, big fight, huge fight, and it would last for like 7 to 8 seconds. Like the guy would just run in there, boom, knock the dude on the ground, hit him a couple times, and the referee would call the fight. Like it was like, and it was always the main event. So we're up all fucking night drinking and partying and shit, waiting
like the
for the fight.
undercard
And then
better.
the
Yeah,
shit
next
goes
main
for
event.
like 10
The
seconds.
undercards, they actually fight for real, bro. That's what the difference. It's not about the money. It's about, hey, I need to get the win so I can
Yeah.
get somebody. That's why they
Yeah,
fight.
the fights leading up to the Jake Paul fight were good.
Mhm. Yeah, like the middle card was really good, if I remember
I
correctly.
mean, you know, like
Earl's had a good fight.
I'm gonna keep watching his. As much as like he's like it's kind of like a circus, but I think that him trying to be in boxing and stuff, I think it's kind of good for boxing. I think it just brings that I don't know. I just think boxing has kind of lost its touch compared to what it used to be.
It's
I think it's because we've lost so many legends lately. That's why. I think we have lack of legends. Like people tried to tell me that what's his face is a boxing legend. Fuck, what was his name? He fought the other Paul brother, Logan Paul. In a boxing
Floyd
Mayweather. Everyone talks about Mayweather being this legend. I'm sorry. He's not Mike Tyson. He's not Evander Holyfield. He's not George Foreman. He's not Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry. Everyone can tell, oh, he's so good, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but he wasn't that tight. He's not like a legend fighter to me, in my opinion.
No, he was. Mike Tyson has defended him a couple times on two different reasonings. He said one that he wasn't the best boxer ever. He was the smartest boxer ever. And he also defended the way Mayweather fought. Just his style and how, you know, he just took pretty much the same approach almost to every fight. And like, if you even look at his old videos,
I need somebody's ears to be bitten off for me to be interested again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Like when Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor, I thought that was a decent fight, but he just made him go. So, you know, he just kept like dodging his punches and just making him wear himself out.
Money now, it's like a payday, and that's why I don't think in this generation of fighters there's not a legend. You know what I mean? Now,
yes, I do believe that. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I do like his events, because at least it's like getting other boxers involved too, and it's not.
No.
Look, I do agree with what Armando Swain is saying. College basketball is gone as well. To be honest, all of sport is. They're trying to make it all offensive. And the defense does anything, they're going to throw penalties or blow the whistle or whatever. It's just pointless anymore. There's no physical requirements to like burn calories now in games.
It's not the part of the game anymore.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of basketball, I want to pay homage to a coach who's retired.
Spurs.
Yeah. Here's Greg Popovich celebrating his 100th birthday.
Damn.
Shots fired.
He's not 100 years old.
Yeah, Greg Popovich. Yeah, look at right there. Actually, that's Dick Clark.
Oh yeah.
No, actually, real talk. Popovich. Shout out to Popovich. He's retiring, and he's the most winningest head coach in basketball right now. So,
well, technically, he's not retired. He's stepping into a different position.
It's being promoted.
Yeah, so he's going to the Pat Riley position now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's got to.
But
which
either
is
way,
well deserved. He deserved it.
Yeah, he's a good
Popovich is a legend head coach in the NBA. I'll
He
give
was
it.
there. What?
He's kind of like the Bill Belichick as far as when it comes to press conferences. Holy crap! You ever seen his press conferences are legendary too.
Yeah, it is. He gets it up. He gets after it.
Yeah, I think Popovich becoming the president of the team is. I think that's literally the next.
Shout out to
best
my
step.
man of the hour. He
If
says,
he's not
"Blame
going
the
to be the
fans."
if he's not going to be the head coach, I think that's the next best thing that he could be for that team.
He's been there since what, 95 or something like that? 94.
Mm.
He's been there for a while.
But
Yeah,
he's been real
mid-90s.
forward with like,
I'll look it up.
you know,
Late 90s, yeah,
hiring
mid to late 90s, yeah.
hiring practices, and he's brought the culture to the team. Like a lot of the culture of the
Yes,
team is
truly.
from him and like what he pushes.
Truly his doing.
So
96.
he's gonna, you know, and that was almost a trickle up effect that he had on that team. Now he's gonna be able to be there and have the trickle down effect, you know, similarly.
I don't know. Popovich was Air Force.
Wow.
Yeah, he is.
That's it.
Yep.
That's
was-
cool.
He was a guard at
He
Air
and him.
Force.
Oh, that's what he was. It don't look like he played offensive line.
No, like
Guard in the NBA. I was talking
Yeah,
about NBA
yeah.
guard.
December
Let's say
10th, 1996, when he
Like
started
damn,
coaching the Spurs.
guard.
December 6th, 1996.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was with the Spurs as an assistant from 88 to 92 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he logged a lot of years with them. Still going.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
76 years
Oh,
old.
great.
Born in 49. That's wild.
Oh, so you're saying he's not
That's when he started coaching at age 49.
You know what I like about Greg Popovich is that he was one
How
of the
old was he
head
when he
coaches.
started?
He was one of the head coaches to hire women to be in the NBA.
He was, Becky was his assistant.
And what's
for a
crazy
minute.
is like he was doing that before, you know, it became like a government thing or a corporate thing like DEI and stuff like that. Like he was doing it. It wasn't even really about her just being a woman. It was, you know, yes, she's a woman, but that was who fit the team, you know, as a coach and a leader.
But,
She has.
but yeah, the culture of the sport
got sick.
wasn't allowing it to happen. So he
right. He was like a, what is it called? Someone who starts it first or whatever.
Innovator.
But I'm saying like, you know, because like you have that in corporations now, different, you know, they have that introduction for hiring practices, but like he was doing it before, you know, that stuff was institutionalized, and it's not even really about like I said, being a woman. It was just that she fit to the role of what they needed.
What like an assistant coach?
Yeah.
Has there been a
he did, but
head
she
coach
was-
that's a female?
No,
What?
no. He started it as far as putting it at that level.
There's never been a head coach.
Not a head coach, no. She
No.
was
No.
next in line
Well,
until
I don't
she
want to
got
say
the
he
job
was
at
the
the
first
NBA.
coach to hire women for the team, but he was one of them, and he was doing it
No, he
on his own
was the
accord.
first one. As far as the
I mean,
NBA is concerned,
okay, yeah.
at
Well,
the
then
NBA
yes.
level, he was.
Oh, okay. I mean, I knew he was one of them, but yeah. So, I mean, it's just.
But she was next in line until she got the job at WNBA. She was next in line to be the head coach. If he stepped down earlier, she became the first one.
Oh, to be the
female
interim.
head coach. Mm-hmm. She was next in charge behind him.
But didn't he get sick or something last year
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
or this year? I said,
Yeah, this beginning of this season. Yeah,
was she the interim
Yeah.
summer.
while he was sick? Or
And you know,
Okay,
what's crazy?
here we go.
The season he was.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Spurs hired Colorado State WNBA alum, as she becomes the first woman to serve as a full-time assistant. So the Spurs
Right.
were the first.
You know
one.
what's crazy
Yeah.
was I talked about that on TMI years ago.
Do you know there are over 15 women that are in full-time coaching positions in the NFL?
Yeah, well, I knew there were some. I didn't know it was that many, but I
Yeah,
knew
it's
there were
15
some.
now.
Well,
There's
like
over-
Is Mike McDaniel one of them?
yeah.
Oh damn! Shit.
Position group coaches or
Damn.
Yeah, but you know, so
Mike
did you see?
McDaniel.
Did you see the Draymond Green
Damn.
interview about Greg Popovich the other night? After the game, after one of the games, they interviewed Draymond Green.
Yeah, he has a podcast.
Well, yes, but this was after a game.
Okay.
Like right after a game, and they asked, and it was the day that they announced Greg Popovich would be retiring. And I've never seen Draymond Green talk about someone really like that. Like the things that he
Yeah, he
said,
has
like
respect
how
for
much
guys like that.
he respected him and appreciated him and all this stuff because they worked together
Green, though.
on the Olympic team. He was the coach on the Olympic team, and Draymond. But like I haven't watched very many interviews of Draymond. I mean, I have because I watched a lot of basketball, but I've never seen him really kind of break down like that, talking about someone else. Like I could only see him talking about that one of his teammates or Steve Kerr, the way he talked about Popovich.
Ollie, do you still have
everyone does.
do you have names or like coaching positions behind what you just brought up there? I'm curious about that.
Let me pull up the article I just read. Just bear with me a second. I can pull it up.
Is that I'm wondering if that's like
And Nancy Mazzano, I don't think I think it's I don't know. I don't know if that really is an issue or not. To his question, I think.
What was his question? Can you bring it up? I didn't see it. What was his question?
Hold on. He asked me. He says there's a difference between an assistant or a position coach in men's sports than a head coach, and I don't think there's ever going to be a female head coach in men's pro sports. Because men are going to have an issue with giving them orders as a head coach. Wasn't there a female head coach already? I think there was. I can't remember what sport it was, though.
I don't think it's
Mazzano. It would have happened. It literally, she wouldn't have left. She was next in charge to be the head coach. That would have broke the barrier. That would have actually happened had she left.
I don't think
I mean, that would have been cool because that would have been like a natural way for it to happen.
Right.
You know?
Her being promoted. She was next in the succession order. Yeah, the Spurs staff already had her on board in line. So yeah, it would have been the natural order. Him retire, her step up. They would have promoted for one thing.
Basketball is an easier sport to integrate at the coaching.
Right. Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It could have definitely happened in basketball. The first.
Definitely. It's probably
much easier.
Yeah.
Because, like there's still the women that are going to be, attempting to coach in men's basketball. They've been on a court their whole life, so they still have that level of respect with the players. I think, to the point Anthony had on there. I don't think it's an issue of women giving men orders. I think, football players are not going to respect someone who hasn't been on a football field.
So Joe Rist,
correct, because women do play basketball. Exactly. Versus
Joe Rist,
they have professional NBA teams, so they do play at a professional level.
To answer your question, the articles that I've read, they all say that there's about 15 or more female coaches. So there's like a NFL historical record here. I only have a list of the most notable ones that it gives me. So, for example, Megan Rosberg is the assistant to head coach and defensive assistant for the Baltimore Ravens. Kaylin Buskey is assistant strength and conditioning coach for Baltimore. So they have two in Baltimore already. Mariana Salas, the coaching fellow for the looks like the first three are all Baltimore Ravens. Then Jennifer King, assistant running back coach for Chicago Bears. I've heard of her before. Callie Brownson.
Hold on, Ollie. That one's kind of crazy. Assistant running backs coach. I think that's the one that I was kind of curious about these positions. I think that one, if any, kind of blows my mind.
Yeah. So
Or maybe like
Callie
offensive line.
Bronson is assistant wide receiver coach for Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
Angela Baker, offensive quality control coach for the New York Giants. Autumn Lockwood is the associate performance coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Lori Locust, defensive quality control coach for the Tennessee Titans.
What's a
Those are the
performance
most
coach?
notable ones that have
What's up,
been
Dolphins realtor?
listed.
Is a performance coach like a quality
say, Shay?
control coach?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's kind of like the same thing. The biggest thing are the running back and the wide receiver
QA,
coach.
quality assurance.
Those two are very big. And the assistant to the head coach and defensive assistant for the Baltimore Ravens. Those are kind of big ones, to be
There's
honest.
never been like a full blown coordinator, but assistant.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not an actual coordinator.
No.
Like
There was
offensive or
almost a
defensive
female GM in the NFL, but she ended up taking
Now that
the
probably
NFL
will
job.
happen. That could happen first.
Sure.
Versus head
Yeah,
coach,
but
because that's purely
what was her
managerial.
name that we had
Yeah,
here?
that
Do
can
you remember
definitely
her?
happen first.
But she took the job with the NFL. Do you guys remember who I'm talking about?
Donna Ponte.
Yeah, she was here, and people
Yeah.
were saying that she was going to be the GM for Miami at one
For
point.
us, exactly.
For us,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Now I
then
could
she
see
took
that
the
definitely happening
NFL job.
before a female NFL head coach. A female
Mm-hmm.
GM can easily happen more so than a head coach.
It's just tough with.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, because I don't know. The Marlins had a female GM, but they let her go. Connie.
The
Connie, but-
Marlins, okay.
yeah, the Marlins. I remember.
Yeah, I could definitely see a female GM at the NFL level than before the head.
Yeah, I can see that happening too. I mean, I'm just first I'd like to say is that I didn't know there was that many female coaches in the league. I didn't know that personally, and that's very interesting. Not saying that it's wrong or whatever. I don't really have.
Yeah, you know that they signed them up that fast, right? You kind of shocked that they was moving fast like that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mind it.
I didn't know
to be
neither. I
honest.
wasn't aware of that many neither myself. To be honest,
Yeah, you think you'd see them more on some of these games? Maybe you don't.
it's at the games and the press, maybe in the suites. You know, people within the organizations or like the beat writers and stuff. They probably aware.
Yeah.
They
We're
just never
like
put it
assuming
out to the public.
something.
Hey, I'm not trying to say that a woman head coach would be better for sport or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But I will say my experience being in the Air Force, when I was in boot camp, the women drill sergeants were a lot meaner than the men. I'm not going to lie, bro. They were.
It was
They
more
got a
tough
lot
than
out of
some
my
of the men.
flight that I
I
was
agree
in.
with you on that
We
one.
call
Yeah.
our group was flights. They got a lot more out of us, to be honest. Because I was definitely afraid of them. I'm not going to lie.
Well, trust me, I could see Nene as being as a mean drill
As a drill
sergeant.
instructor, yeah. Mm-hmm.
In fact,
I was
had
actually going to
one-
do that myself, Shake. Had I stayed in, I would have did drill duty for 2 years.
I'm not gonna lie. There was a female
I would've did it myself.
drill instructor that we had that looked like Michelle K or Mama Fratelli, to be honest. And she used to yell at the top of her lungs in my ear. I swear my ears were bleeding afterwards. I was so,
Yeah.
man. When she came in and she said, "Drop to the ground," you dropped as soon as she said, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Hell yeah.
How would
She'll
that
sit
work
there
in
and-
the locker room for like post game?
Well, they say female on deck. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about in the military. I was going to tell you exactly how.
I'm saying, well,
Because we do that when officers,
like,
female officers come
after a
around. They
game
just
or
say
something,
female on
or-
deck. Mm-hmm.
Remember they had all the issues with like that one time with the reporter. I don't know. I mean, maybe they let media in there now and it's not a big deal, but be curious to see how they try to integrate that more with the NFL.
I actually kind of agree with Anthony Manzano. I think you would see it in those sports before you would see it in the NFL as a head coach. I will argue that the
it'd just be at the
U.S.
top level
women's head
first.
coach right now for the U.S. women's soccer team is one of the best coaches in the world right now. So I could see her being a head coach in MLS or something like that.
Well, yeah,
the US
but
team
there's
has
a lot
the,
of women that
they have it already.
But our women, a lot of women play soccer. I mean, our U.S. women's team is like the best in the world, like all the time.
No, but this
Zero rule
Well,
changes.
is not a head coach.
Olympically,
though.
they do.
This head coach is one of the best if not the best women head coach we probably have ever had, to be honest.
For what team? Oh, you mean for our women's team?
Right now, currently.
Oh, yeah.
If you look up her record and everything, bro, like people think that US got a steal by getting her as the head coach, to be honest.
I don't know if I don't even, as far as a woman being a head coach in the NFL, I don't even know if like that would even be like, would a woman even want to be the head coach? Maybe
it all depends.
like
Maybe some of them have enough interest.
Because let me ask you this: I don't know this for a fact, but does WNBA have male coaches, head coaches?
I think they do.
Yeah, I think they do.
I think they do.
That's a good question, Shake. I never really paid attention to that landscape.
Well, it's like Gino Oriel.
I think they do.
So hold on. I want to answer your question real quick. Let me ask you this. Why get into coaching if your aspirations is not to be a head coach? Why even become the coach?
Yeah, I support.
My homeboy says yes. There's male head coaches, so
I support women in the
how they
NFL
do it
as
in that
coaches
fashion.
and stuff. I don't know. Like that's a really, I don't know. That's a really
If
tough.
women can have men's coaches, then men's can have women coaches. There you go.
Yeah, well,
that would just, I don't know. I think in the NFL would be so hard.
Yeah, just because they.
we got assistant coaches out of nowhere, and there's a lot of them now. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
That'd be crazy if like a woman head coach won the Super Bowl. That'd be crazy.
Before we win our before we
before the Dolphins win.
make a playoff win. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. Before we went our first playoff game, women coaches.
But at the same time, I'm sure if you ask those women, they probably will tell you that, yeah, I would love to be a head coach someday. I'm sure they all did. That doesn't mean that they're actually going to get there. But the reality is that they probably had aspirations for it.
I mean, if they know, if someone knows the game,
yeah,
that's why I say, as a GM, they can easily become a GM.
Yeah,
they'd be at the top at management.
It's just like there's so much. It's just, I don't know. That position is just so. I could see a woman like being a head coach in the NBA.
That's
having a lot more success than in the NFL.
Yeah, that Dolphins realtor. You coach football? Damn, that's cool.
But like my mom loved football. She was real big into football, and I could see her. And like what's crazy was one of the years that I played baseball, she was the team mom, and that was the year I won a championship. And she loved football, so like I could see her, in another life, like coaching somewhere on a football, like if I stayed on the path of a sport, she probably would have been involved the whole time. So,
So
it definitely changes. I mean, times are changing. Well, I'm sure the hockey and all those other leagues like MLB, they'll probably have people in assistant positions that's women.
Yeah,
especially in baseball.
Yeah,
but
they all started at younger at like youth leagues and stuff. Pretty much all the sports, even football.
Yeah. My first baseball, the first ever baseball team I played on, there was a girl on my team. We were in
that'd be definitely integration in baseball.
I think like third grade. I think I was in like third grade.
It's because you were signed up for softball.
Or it was coach. That was coach pitch that first year. And I didn't even recognize it at first. It wasn't until like a few games I was like, "Oh shit, that's a girl."
You can come on up.
You just don't really
come
know.
On up,
at that age, it's
just hit the link, Capital Life.
You just don't always.
We're about to shut it down soon. So, but yeah, you can come up for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Ollie, you brought up a point.
Hit the link right away.
They're reducing the fights in hockey. I think that's a little bit of it's safety and whatnot, but a lot of it's kind of what football is doing with the offensive focus. Hockey's focusing more on like the speed and being able to skate and shoot more so than the physicality. If you look at all those fighters, they were never the greatest hockey players. So I think that's been making this push for more goals, more talent, more
It's
shooters.
like the movie Goon.
That's a crazy name.
He's like, you scored a goal with your ass.
What?
What?
So, have you ever seen that movie?
No.
It's called Goon. It has the dude Stifler from American Pie. He's like he's like the main actor in the movie. You got to see it. It's about it's based on a true story about a hockey player that was like getting in fights and stuff.
Oh, I did watch it actually. I know what
It was
movie
good.
you're
And like
talking
one of
about.
the
2011.
games that he played, he was doing defense or something, and he was right at the goal. He was right at the goal, and the puck bounced off of his back and landed in, and he got a goal. And his friend was like, "You scored a goal with your ass."
It is a really funny movie. You should watch it actually.
Yeah, it is pretty good. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
And I was going through scrolling through something. I seen something that was very interesting for a limited time only, man. I think I'm gonna go out and try some spam birthday cake.
All right, that's what I'm. I'm
Good
saving
God.
I'm saving my birthday candles for that.
Birthday cake.
Oh my lord!
No,
It's
man.
it's
Shake.
Gemini. It's almost Gemini season, baby.
Hang on, Shake. Do you got a picture of the barbecue horse ankles?
Oh no, what?
The what?
Barbecue horse ankles.
No. Oh my god, horse ankles. Oh, that's
Yeah.
like
It's real
that's like
tender.
that's like straight shade material.
We're gonna get in trouble to see it.
You don't eat horse ankles?
It's not tender. That's like
Kentucky
chewing
Derby was today, wasn't it?
spicy mustard ice cream with frozen hot dog.
Haagen-Dazs dogs. Flavored ice cream.
Ew, it's probably all watery and shit. You can't have a pickle in there.
Yeah, because
Please,
see
Rob.
what happened was
Yeah, you can't.
last
You can't
year.
have relish. That shit's water.
You have
See, last
pickle
year-
flavored creams like milk.
Last year when it was
and
Crypto's
ice cream.
birthday, I got him ice cream and cake, and he didn't like it.
Lizzie cake.
No, I take a pass on that.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that
hell's
was
going
Crypto's
on?
birthday cake right there. See,
It was the new. Back in the day, they used to have meat
Yeah,
pies. So that
Yeah,
was the new. That was the Michael K meat pie.
mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of look at these delicious. I know people are a little stoned right now. Got the munchies. Look at the fish tacos.
Oh,
That's the
And
fish
don't
tacos
forget
that they be
the
eating in like Kansas. Yeah,
budget
exactly.
sushi.
Budget sushi.
Hey, I think I found what was I gonna say? I think I found
Oh no,
crypto snack of choice.
that's a Diddy cake. That's what my man said. Said that's a Diddy cake.
What is it? Solar panel chips?
No. Give me a second. I'm about to pull it up.
They got sun chips out already. So
They
let's
got-
see if that's-
So
Take
next
Mark Ryan.
year, when you want to buy him cake and ice cream, this is the ice cream that he wants.
Cool dog.
oh Lord!
What the fuck is that?
New
It's like
England,
a-
The
this
cool
can be found in New
that's
England.
cool to eat.
It's basically
It's a
ice
glizzy
cream
dog. It's a glizzy dog.
Yeah, it is a glizzy dog.
It's like a Choco Taco. with a hot
Premium
dog.
vanilla ice.
chocolate. That's
Vanilla
terrible.
Yo, is that real?
That's
Is that
real.
ice cream?
New England area. For real.
Yo,
Is it like
and
a
the- and the-
dessert, like
and
an
the
ice
kids-
cream or something? What is
That
it?
looks like the kids I played baseball with my first fucking baseball team.
Damn.
Looks
Yeah,
like one of
supposedly
those,
they make this in the New England area.
And the glizzy in the new glizzy area.
Looks like
Yeah,
a pack
it's
of
a real
ground
thing.
beef and a gyro.
Yeah, it's like a white German sausage.
I mean, I don't know why they named it after me, but it's fine.
Yeah, this is there's an actual cool dog restaurant and everything.
The kids love it.
All right. Well, that's copyright infringement.
That's like the Choco Tacos. It's like the hot dog version.
You get a pack of 4.
There's a lot of ice cream.
The hot dog edition of a Choco Taco.
Yeah, you got chipwiches.
We got Choco Taco hot dog edition. We got a Choco Taco hot dog.
I have Michelle K. Footage of Michelle K. taking people to the cool dog. Open wide.
Yeah, they probably eat a shit ton of this in Buffalo.
Oh
Yes,
man.
That's when they ask for water, right? You want some water? Here's some water.
Yeah. It's pretty good impression.
That's it.
was the Patelli.
The hour. That's so funny.
The Patelli, bro.
Oh man, that's crazy. Mm-mm. So
Shake,
what's up?
you'd want to have
Shake,
Shake. You would want to have a donut cake.
Donut
A
cake?
donut.
A Dunkin'. You want to have a Dunkin' Donuts donut cake.
Bro, you know what Krispy Kreme had on the other day? What was it? 2 weeks ago, bro. Krispy Kreme had the Fruity Pebble donuts, bro.
Holy
Really?
shit.
I didn't
Damn.
really even have that.
Yeah,
Fruity Pebble Krispy
Dude,
Kreme.
I don't know where you guys live, but where I lived in Ohio, we had an actual Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme, though,
right?
that shit's fucking. It's
And-
too. I don't know.
And they
it's
used
too-
to make that stuff fresh, and their donuts used to like melt in your mouth, bro. It was like that.
Do
good.
they still,
Yeah, they have a Krispy
they
Kreme
still have
real
that
close
one on 163rd Cap?
Yeah.
They
They
still got that one
tore it down and they built a new one like a block closer to like 95.
Do they still have that like conveyor belt where they make it in front of you and shit?
Yeah. You remember? Hey, Shake. You remember where the Ham and Eggery used to be on the same block?
Yeah.
That's the Krispy Kreme.
Because I remember on 163rd Street there was a Krispy Kreme, and then they'll light up they'll have like a big neon sign that said fresh donuts.
Fresh hot.
And whenever that sign was lit, I mean the line was to the fucking around the block.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, they changed it to a Wawa now.
You ever make a burger with those as the buns?
Oh, damn! I don't know how to feel about that.
It's
No,
salty and
in
sweet.
LA.
It's good.
Right there
Yeah.
in LA and Hollywood, there's this bar right there on the strip or whatever where the walk of stars are. What are those things? The stars?
Yeah.
Strip.
I know.
The Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah. So there's a store there or a place there that has donut ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, you got to. I
Dude,
recommend
that shit was
burgers.
lit. Dude, that shit was crazy.
There's a you live on the West Coast too, Joris, so you know Punta Gorda.
Yeah.
There's a fisherman village in Punta Gorda. There was a restaurant that had peanut butter burgers.
Yep, I've had that too. The salt, the sweetness of a peanut butter and jelly burger.
Jelly smoothie.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
I had the peanut butter jelly smoothie.
There's a Colombian restaurant here in town in Port St. Lucie that they make burgers and they put a pineapple relish on it.
Actually, Raphael Courtright ain't lying. I love bison burgers. They're
Bison burgers
expensive as hell.
are good. I have bison. I've had bison burgers. Really good,
That's
bro.
straight lean, bro. No fat, pure. That meat is the best, like lean meat to eat, bro.
Yep.
But it's expensive as hell, though.
It's expensive as hell.
Yeah.
A lot of that in Denver. A lot of bison burgers everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, who won the fight tonight?
What'd you say?
Who won the
Canelo
fight?
one.
Canelo won. Bro, it wasn't even a fight, bro. It was a dance. Even the commentators were like, they're dancing around like it's the prom or something. Like freaking Canelo chased Skull or whatever, however you say his name, all around the entire ring, and freaking he didn't even try to like make it a fight at all. And even Canelo at the end said, "Dude, what the fuck were you doing, bro?" Like,
what was the pause moment? I want to know. My homeboy said pause. What are you pausing for?
I don't know.
I missed that part.
Maybe because I said they were dancing around like it was prom.
And if they don't want to give this guy a fight, man, let him fight freaking one of the Paul brothers, bro. Give us something to watch, bro. Because boxing right now, they need something, man.
Alvarez wanted to make it a fight.
See,
The other
that's
guy
what I'm
didn't.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they got a bit of a Dez. I think he's out there, but they say that Canelo keep dodging him, so they don't want to give him like a fight, bro. Give him something else that people want to see, bro.
Crypto already came up with a solution: ear biting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You score extra points with ear biting. Yes. I think you should.
That's right.
Yeah, I think boxing's getting so
Nip that
boring
ear.
that stupid sports like power slap are bubbling up.
Bro, you know what
power
I'm
snap?
hearing?
Oh yeah, when they just I don't know. I
There was
couldn't
more
do that,
action.
man.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
I couldn't
The
stand there and let somebody slap me, and I'm
music-
like, and not do nothing.
Yeah, the entrance music and how the fighters came out and their entourage was more entertaining than the fight itself. That's how bad it was.
Bro, you know what I'm hearing that Mr. Beast is trying to make that 100 people against a gorilla thing happen for real.
That's wild.
No way.
Yeah.
No
Is
way.
that a real
Bro.
thing?
Look, the thing is, people can't. They gotta sign waivers, bro. Because I mean, if you're gonna do this stuff,
Dude,
and you can't
people,
do,
look,
you
no,
can't
there's
try
no
to take
way
out
that
an
can
animal
actually
either, bro.
happen. Because
You can't do
for
that,
one,
bro. You can't
That
take out an
is
animal.
insane.
you can't actually do that. There's no way.
No, that would be animal cruelty anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
For what, people are gonna get their arms ripped off. They're gonna get bit. Like those
Yeah,
things.
then what are
Like,
they gonna
they'll
do?
get their
Sue the
arms
people on the
ripped
gorilla when the
off.
gorilla rips the first handful of people apart in the first couple of seconds?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Breaking
That's a
backs.
lawsuit waiting
Well,
to
even
happen,
if they, I mean, literally, if it was 100-on-1, they would have to just circle the gorilla and just move in like 25.
The gorilla
bro.
would
Bro,
rip the arm off and start
I did
beating
the
25
research.
people go for one
Bro,
arm.
I did the research,
25
bro. I
people
did
go
the
for the
data.
other arm.
Bro, look, 10 different specialists,
He
bro.
gets a
They
hold of
broke
one
it
and
down to a
crushes one
science,
skull.
bro.
The other one's gonna be cowed out.
Bro,
The other
look,
99
I'm
is
gonna
gonna
tell you
turn around
now,
and
bro.
run.
It's gonna be casualties, bro. But there is a way to succeed for victory, bro. There
Well,
is a
just
way,
sheer
bro.
numbers. I mean, 100 dudes, just sheer numbers, they'll win. I mean, even if you got a bunch of dudes who can't even squabble.
Does anybody know if the
There's
gorilla
gonna
actually wants
be a
to
bunch of people dead. A
No,
lot
no.
of
What I'm
plenty
saying
of
is,
them.
look. The point
Strategically,
is
if
to
it's
try
a
to
nine,
battle it, though.
no, and don't get no baby gorilla. Get a full-grown 900-pound.
I got it.
hell yeah.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I got the perfect plan. You get 100 inmates on death row, and the winner gets to go free.
Yeah, that's like that move. I've been saying they should do stuff
That's how
like
you
that.
do it.
Like a
I've
battle
been
royale.
saying they should do stuff like that for a long time.
Whoever survives, that's who gets to go free. Exactly.
I think the
You fight
premise
for your
is,
freedom.
They don't deserve to go free.
I think the premise is what this guy's
Because
trying to
the
do. I
gorilla
don't
will
think-
be taken out to execution. It won't be the state. It will be Mother Nature.
Yeah, I don't
Them
think
fighting their
I
own
think they're gonna
freedom.
try to like submit it. If you could try to submit a gorilla as opposed to trying to take it out to try to prove a scientific point, then maybe.
It's wild.
But you cannot like try to kill it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta try to submit. Like if you can set a booby trap or something.
I still want to know, does the gorilla want to fight?
No.
Well, my
but it
thing
will
is,
soon.
Exactly.
this is
Make
my
the gorilla
this,
real.
this, this is
Are they
my
gonna make the
logic.
gorilla real angry, hungry?
Right,
Like
exactly.
do something to make him what
You
he's
can't.
he's in his natural primal state.
Or are they going to use a young, fresh one that is really bullish and youthful?
Well, you gotta think about it though. Think about it. If they already in the zoo, don't that mean that man already did win?
No, they use mechanism to trap them and cage them. They didn't do
That's
it
what
just
I'm
by
saying.
doing it with their own strength and
That's
doing
what
them
I'm
that
saying,
happened. They didn't pin them down. They tagged them with some drug and made them unconscious.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
was
That's
using
the
an
only way
unfair
you're gonna do
advantage.
it. That's the
That's what
only way
they
you're gonna
did.
do it.
They didn't go in there and
That's the
wrestle
only
him
way.
into no damn cage. That ain't happening.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's the only way, bro. If you're gonna do this, bro, you better hope that it's just one. And if it's just one, I don't know, man.
They tranquilized them. They didn't freaking go in there with their bare hands and try to put them in the handcuff them and throw them in there.
Think about it like
They would
this.
have been done.
Think about it like this. What happened to Harambe? They ain't rolling there with 100 dudes. They just shot him.
Where did this topic even come from? I've been hearing about this now.
Internet.
Bro, I've been hearing it for like 3
And
weeks.
everyone starts talking about it, bro.
Probably some flat earther came up with it.
Yeah, definitely.
So don't
Actually, you know what would be you know what I would even want, you know what? Let's take, I kind of like what Raphael Courtright was saying about the 1,000 men. He would take the gorilla. Let's take 1,000 men versus a male beefed up on steroids gorilla and 4 baboons. That's what I want to see, because baboons
bro.
can be big time nasty, bro. They can be
Bro,
very
with your-
Yeah, baboons
the
can be
teeth,
nasty.
the teeth, bro, the teeth.
yeah, the
The
teeth.
teeth.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
That's
what I wanna
the
see.
baboon teeth.
You want to bring violence? Let's
They
bring
sharp.
violence.
The motherfuckers
They got
sharp.
lion
Fuck.
teeth, bro.
Primates are crazy.
Gorillas actually have sharp teeth too, but damn baboons they
No,
almost
they
like
got
a
like
canine.
lions, like saber
Out
tooth.
for the blood, bro. They're out. That's how
Like
they
a
were
saber
made. They're designed for the blood, bro. That's what I'm saying.
So hey, check this out, man.
Saber
We having so much fun, but it's getting late, and but before I do wrap this up, I just want to,
Yeah, it's been
you know,
fun.
it's summertime. You know, summertime, we get hot, and we need to cool off. So
Wait
just
a minute, you hot and bothered, Jake? You hot and bothered?
there you go. Just an idea for ice cubes.
Oh, and by the way, you
Hot
guys,
dog
may
water
the
to
Lord
cubes
be
and
with
vegan,
you,
vegan
be
guests.
with all of you.
There you go.
Hot dog water, flavored
listen.
water. You know, put in your ice cube.
God.
Yeah, Jake is getting hot and bothered. He had to get him some ice cubes and hot
Hey,
dogs.
if they ask why does it taste like hot dogs, be like, oh, it's fluoride free.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy, man.
Our team is
Yeah.
fluorescent free.
Oh my God, fluoride free or fluoride free? Which one is it? Damn.
Oh damn. Raphael says he has a good idea for the summer heat. Get naked and
Well,
say hi to your neighbors.
This is another thing that makes me think, bro. Like, if they say that it's fluoride in the water, and they say that's not good, but isn't there fluoride in toothpaste?
Absolutely, that's what strengthens the enamel.
Yeah, but you're
But
not
you don't swallow the
drinking
toothpaste though. You don't swallow
You don't
toothpaste.
swallow the toothpaste. You just paste it
Yeah.
on. Yeah, exactly.
And like
it's
even
temporarily
even
going in the
get-
pores to strengthen the
you
enamel.
can even get
The pores of the teeth.
fluoride rinses at the dentist, but you rinse
Yeah,
it,
at
you
the
don't
dentist
swallow.
you can get right. You just switch it around. Yeah,
Yes, fluoride is like semen. You're supposed to
fluoride.
not spit it, not swallow. You're
All right,
supposed
So
to.
then
You're
why
just supposed to
why
spit
are
it,
we
not
drinking?
swallow.
So my
Goodness sake.
question is, why are we drinking fluoride in our water?
Because the government
That's
is
it.
trying to fucking kill us. That's why.
No,
Oh,
it
shit.
kills
No, because
bacteria.
it dental.
Oh yeah,
show-
may the fourth
the
be with you.
dentist
That's
showed
right,
that it's
Ali.
good, just like
Oh,
xylitol.
there's a fourth. That's right.
We said that. Remember, we said
Xylitol is the
that's what
only
we
form of
started off
sugar
with.
that you
May the
can
fourth
have
be with you.
that's dentist approved.
May the
Xylitol.
fourth be with you.
So instead of
Nice.
putting it in the water, then distribute it a different way. You can distribute it a different way besides putting it in the
I
water.
think it's more about water.
If you're
treatment.
No,
concerned,
it's in the
if
tap water
they're just using cavities and
because
shit
it was
as an
freely and
excuse.
accessible. No, it's accessible through the tap water because it's the cheapest form to get it to the masses without having an expensive cost going to
By the way,
through the
toothpaste
pharmacy.
is test positive for alcohol.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
The government thought it was a cost-effective way to put it in a stream of water versus making it go to a pharmacy to get it, where they can jack up the prices.
It Cap. Listen, they had
Well, what's up?
fluoride in the water for the longest, and what it was doing is keeping the water clear of germs and bacteria.
And right, it also does that too. That's also
Yeah, but
part
they
of it
use
it
chlorine
does.
for that.
Yeah, like what they do with the
Chlorine
pool.
is more dangerous than fluoride.
Yeah, but it
But
has
that's in
it has
water
been
too.
home
That's in tap
for
water.
years.
By the way, Jesse Ventura, Jesse Ventura, I think it was Prozac, or I forgot. I think it was Prozac or something. It was some
Chlorine
kind of
is in-
anti Prozac. It was like some kind of medication. One of the ingredients was fluoride. That's what Jesse Ventura
Prozac
said.
medication.
Chlorine is in tap water.
It's a lot of uses. It's a lot of multiple uses for fluoride. It's not just for teeth and bones.
Right. Well, it's a
Yeah, it's
mineral.
multiple uses.
It's a mineral.
Yeah, it's a heart mineral. Yep.
But
It's a
they've
heart
been doing that for years, and it hasn't really been
Calcium is a heart
harmful.
mineral.
So
Can you
I don't know
can you
why
talk
they
with
do it.
that?
I don't know. Can you
Yeah,
hear
it's
me?
been in there for a minute.
Can you
Yeah,
hear me at
yeah,
all?
tap water. Yeah.
No.
I can hear you.
You can hear me. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know if you could.
How come all the banks are closed tonight? Why come my bank account is what's going on with the bank? The bank is closed.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, it's a holiday. Cinco de Mayo.
Tourism.
All right, it's Monday anyway.
Yeah, they working on the website late at night. Go figure.
Mm.
I was trying to log in. He wouldn't let me log in.
I
They
know
always
it's
do the
Monday,
maintenance. Yeah.
but getting ready for the gorilla fight.
Yeah, that's probably what it
Crypto
was, Ali.
will
They're funding the
No,
gorilla
no,
fights.
crypto. Damn, that's crazy. Crypto will bore the gorilla to death with Devontae Parker highlights.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm sure that's the one way to defeat him is sit there and make him watch your highlights.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
That's the way to
It would
defeat
come
the
down
gorilla.
It would come down to crypto and the gorilla, and then all of a sudden the gorilla says, he tags in Devontae Parker.
That's
Listen,
it.
the gorilla's gonna get bored with 10 plays. You said highlights, so
Oh man. That's funny.
Oh man.
But Cap, you talking about the water here in Florida, right?
Well, I mean, there's some places, bro, where the water is heavy, and then you go some other places and the water is
Oh,
not.
they
You,
have
you
water
can
softeners in down there? Y'all don't have a water softener?
some places do, yeah, but you can feel the difference
Oh,
in some places.
yeah,
No,
some
Okay,
places
to
are
our
different.
water
soften
comes
the
from Lake
water.
Okeechobee.
Life straw, you can get one of those things and put it on the thing and filter it out if you want to soften the
I mean,
water.
the water's not bad down here compared to places I've been. When a few years back, I was in Massachusetts, and the first time I went there, my cousin said, "Don't drink the tap water."
Yeah, put it through a filter. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're
But
right,
now
Mr. Pope.
here,
Listen,
Just put it through a second filter. I mean, a
yeah,
first
I don't drink water unless I filter it through a brewery.
Yeah.
filter. Well, yeah, shake that. That's a prime way to do it.
no, but see the water here.
Just like the Romans.
Mhm.
That's distilled.
Yeah.
No, but see the water here in Miami comes from Lake Okeechobee. Then they run it through water treatment and sewer, and they treat the water so that when it
Y'all getting it from Lake Okeechobee, Mr. Pope? It's coming from all the way up there.
Zephyr's Hill.
Yep,
Okay.
and then it runs through a treatment center down here in Miami. And
You know what? You know what?
Wow. I didn't know y'all water was coming from up there.
You know what Tampa Bay has? You know what Tampa Bay
Yeah,
has?
they have sulfur water.
Yeah, yeah, but they also have. It's called a desal plant. I've been to it.
The desalination. Yeah.
It looks
Some
like
depends on
I've
the water
been inside
source.
the
Yeah, you
building.
go through the-
I've been inside the building. It looks like you know how that you have those filters that you put in like a refrigerator or something. Just those just different types of filters that you plug into things. You know how they look like cylinder and stuff.
Yeah, white cylinder.
Yeah, it's like it looked like or like a CO2 or like a CO2 tank. It looked like maybe like 1 million of those.
They're membranes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one for my
What's they
aquarium.
called?
Desalination.
Oh, for the yeah. I thought it was one of what Joe was talking about.
It's reverse osmosis.
Yep.
Oh damn!
I've got a rotary
You can
system
get an osmosis
fish
filter,
tank.
install it into your kitchen
Yep.
under the kitchen faucet.
Yeah.
You got different stages too. You got a sediment stage, carbon stage.
Yep. Carbon
Yeah.
is normally the final stage for taste.
Membrane
Yeah.
stage.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Tom, why you have
You get 5 stage
laundry soda under your name?
Because it's a really good brand, and it's powdered dish detergent, laundry detergent, not liquid.
Oh, and it's also green, like it's
It's very
natural?
sustainable. It's a really sustainable product because it's made in Canada, so it's not that far away. As you know, as far as like other places that we buy from, and it has less ingredient. It only has 4 ingredients.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it says the ingredients on the can, so it's very minimal as far as ingredients. So by default,
That's
that is
green.
yeah, and it's safer because like if you look at other detergents, there's like 15 or 16 ingredients.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, bullshit. I want 30 or 40 ingredients, damn it.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Shake said, "I'm
No,
taking away
you
my
don't.
ingredients." Goddamn.
Tonk going on about laundry soap again.
Oh
Yeah,
man!
I swear every time I get onto this channel, like Tonk's on here talking about laundry soap.
Damn.
They're like,
You always jumping in at the right moment. What you mean?
yeah, it's I have a reverse.
It's like
osmosis
it's
machine
like it's
here.
like people when they visit Seattle. Every time they've ever been here, it's raining. But like they won't, they just happen to be here when it's raining.
Y'all got that step climbing.
It's not always raining, but it's just always raining when you're here.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, I'll be there August 9th.
Oh, it's going down.
Are you going there in August, Shake?
Yeah. I already got my ticket.
Tonk, I was thinking about it. You like Nellie's laundry soda. Well, I like Molly's laundry powder.
Yeah, I bet you do.
What is laundry soda?
The stuff that he's selling, the laundry. That's what it's called.
Laundry soda.
Oh, like a baking soda? Is it like a powder?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my question.
Look it up.
Is it biodegradable?
Hell yeah! It's only got 4 ingredients.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm asking. I don't have it in front of me, so it's not like I would know.
You do. Well, I mean, you looked it up like literally last night, didn't you?
I know. I'm really just kidding, Tom. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I was like, you're the one who literally looked it up.
I know. I get it.
All right. On that note, I appreciate everybody for coming through. Joe Riss, as always, thank you for stopping by. And Mr.
I lost
Polk.
track of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's why I like doing Insomnia. Where we have no rhyme or reason. Well, we do the same thing on Fridays too. So
yeah,
that's the thing about the tailgate. So I appreciate everybody for watching and for contributing in the chat. You guys are like I said, one of the reasons I like doing this thing. So you guys are amazing. Tonk and Ali, as always, appreciate you guys for joining us.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Peace out, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, Joe. Everybody that joined.
Enjoy hanging out for all y'all.
Ali.
Yeah. And fins up. I'll be out.
All right.